Hi everyone, this is WhiteHawke, and this is the commentary version of The Forgotten City. My playthrough of it back in 2021. This is a pretty old video. Now, for those of you wondering what The Forgotten City is, it's a pretty amazing mod. In fact, I consider it to be the best adventure mod in Skyrim's modding community. It's a pretty old one though, so I can understand some people liking some of the more recent adventure mods. But Forgotten City is pretty, like, it's well respected amongst the Skyrim modding community because this mod eventually turned into a real game, which is called very similarly. I think it's called The Forgotten City as well. Well, regardless, if you don't want to get spoiled by that real game, or obviously this playthrough of The Forgotten City on Skyrim, then you probably shouldn't watch this. You actually should play either this mod or the game, honestly. Either can go the same way. They're very similar, but they have some differences. But if you play one or the other, you kind of get partially spoiled by the other that you didn't play. But the reason why I say you should play this yourself is because this is largely a story-driven mod. I haven't played Skyrim in a long time. This is like an old character I used to play with, the Redguard Archmage. She's got all the spells. I have a lot of mods on, like mods that make the game look a lot more pretty and whatever, but I do want to apologize for the frame rate of the recording. There's a bit of some times where the game just suddenly stutters a bit. I don't know why the recording did that. When I was playing, it was very smooth, but the recording just had some stutters at a very constant rate that I couldn't do much about it. This right over here is Kasia. She's the character who starts the quest for you.
That's close enough. Who are you?
She looks extremely buff in like with the mods that I had at the time.
Look,
but I think she's supposed to be like very normal
looking. My brother
looking.
went down this shaft a few days ago, and I'm worried. I need you to go in after him and bring him back to me alive. It could be dangerous, but if anyone can do it, it's you. Now, are you ready? All right, but please hurry.
To be fair, she looks buff, but like it makes sense because she's a soldier. It's just that if you play the game, this mod without beauty mods and whatever, she'll probably just look very generic looking. But then again, that's pretty much all the female characters of Skyrim.
We only came here because we were
like all the guys look buff and all the girls look
was wiped out by Nords and those forsworn savages, and we saw a chance to get away from the fighting altogether. So we took it. Well, we came here hoping to find something valuable to pay for carriage back to Cyrodiil. Altreus went down the shaft, but he asked me to stay here. Because he made me promise I'd stay here and wait for him no matter what. And I keep my promises. Well, except as far as the Legion is concerned. I was in Markarth looking for help when I heard people talking about you and all the loot you've been trading with merchants all over Skyrim. I figured you'd be interested in exploring these ruins, so I asked a courier to track you down. And here you are.
It's kind of random.
So you're ready to go now? I knew I could count on you. Now quickly, go!
I think she's killable if you want to like really screw up the quest line that is set up for you. But in general, you just talk to her and you immediately jump down the hole right over here.
Look, are you ready to go or not? I knew I could.
Yeah, I think if you say I didn't come here to help you, you basically like fight her and you kill her, and that's the end of the quest line.
You stand at the entrance to an ancient dwarven city. No doubt you have never heard of it. For in all my travels and all my study, I have never read of it in any text, save for the inscription here. It reads, "Those who seek refuge will find peace here, basking in the sun under the ground. Those who seek gold will find riches beyond imagining, but will pay for this folly with their lives, for there is no return to the world of man." Is it possible there is life down there? Is it possible the dwarves are still alive after all this time? As I stand here on this precipice, war raging all over Tamriel, my mind is made up. Today I take a leap of faith. Beloved reader, perhaps one day you will join me. Consider this an invitation or a warning.
Yep, this is written by Medalist 10 years ago. Well, 11 years ago, according to the Skyrim timeline, I think. There's also another message there if you want to read. I think it's supposed to be whatever the dude was saying. So yeah, once you fall down there, there's technically no coming back until you're done with the quest line. This could be deadly. It's a good thing there's water down there and that you can't die if you fall in water in this game. Because this kind of leap in real life, definitely you'd die from it. I'm pretty sure I had spells in my character that could easily allow me to get out of that place. By the way, I don't know if it would break the quest line or not. It's best to treat this a bit like a visual novel and not focus on like thinking of combat or what kind of loot you'd find. It's really just talking to characters and figure out like the mystery behind the Forgotten City. There's lots of exploration though. I don't want to call this mod adult-like, but there is an adult, quote-unquote, like very serious thing that's brought up at some point in the game, or the mod. So I do want to warn ahead of time that, you know, in case you're sensitive to that kind of stuff. Oh, this right here, by the way, is extremely well done. Like, this is my favorite part of the mod. It's like the lighting here is incredible. And just the atmosphere is also extremely thick.
To whoever reads this, I am so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you will share my fate. I have spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. But there are only two choices: death, or the door to the house on the lake. I made the mistake of opening that door. I thought I could help them if I found the right one, but whatever I did, it took me right back to that lake house. In the end, all I learned is that some things are worse than death. I urge you to learn from my mistakes. Best to take your own life now, than find out what awaits you beyond that door. I've locked it and hidden the key. I'll guard it with my eternal soul if I have to. But I fear even that will not be enough. For the lake house calls to you. And when it does, you must not listen. Altreus.
Yeah, sometimes they say the name at the end of the letters. The voice acting for this mod is excellent for the time, by the way. It's still really good. It's clear that the person who made the mod, I think he's called a storyteller, at least that's what the handle he went by when he made the mod. Like he knew what to do to get the good stuff. And yeah, I'm looking right now, if you look carefully, I can see the ghost of Altreus all the way up there. And I'm pretty sure I could kill it right away too. Again, I'm pretty sure I have like spells, like mod spells that allow me to fly for a bit. So that will make things a lot easier for proceeding with the story. Because no matter what, you have to go get that key to open the lake house door. For reference, if you try to kill yourself in the game, that's just game over. It just reloads you. Incidentally, I do have to point out a small plot hole, I believe, with the fact that Altreus is like he's hanged himself. It kind of doesn't follow.
I was in your shoes.
It doesn't follow the logic of the mod, I think. That he's able to, like, kill himself like that and not be reverted back in time. Because he's supposed to be stuck in the past once you go through that door in the lake house. But that's for later. Right now, we actually have to get the key. And there's some pretty good stuff we could get right here. Like, if you're playing this mod just for the loot, you can find some good loot. It's just that it's not the point of the mod, is the idea. Back when I was recording this, I was playing Skyrim on my PC. I've since moved Skyrim to my laptop, so if I were to make like more videos on Skyrim mods that I like, it won't be as good quality as this, especially if I try to record things. So this and one other mod that I made a series of are probably the only mods that I'm ever going to do commentary on. You know, unless they release another version of Skyrim. They probably will, let's be real. Like, I think this was before the anniversary edition. I think it was 2021? Yeah, I think it was just before the anniversary edition.
I thought to myself, do I want to die in here alone? Or do I want to open that door?
But I haven't played Skyrim in a long time just because, yeah, the mods that I have on my laptop for Skyrim, they just break the game. They're not compatible with the newest version.
Choice. And yet, in the end, death was the better option all along.
I probably could play Skyrim on my laptop if I just canceled, like, not cancel, but disabled some of my mods, right? But the mods that I have to disable are like the really good ones, so I'm kind of just waiting for those mods to get updated for the newest version of SKSC, and it hasn't happened yet. I might just have to like decide to not use those so important mods and just gradually start back from a modless Skyrim playthrough and just see which mods I actually can keep. Either that or I can figure out how to downgrade. That skeever, I have a mod that actually has like armor for the like armor health. I showed that my feet were visible, and I'm gonna actually put some boots on. But yeah, those boots, those were Archmage boots, so they were pretty unique, and I just lost them after one bite from that damn skeever. Very annoying. But I do think that mod that I have that deals like that makes it so that your armor can just disappear after a couple of hits, if not just one hit. It changes the way you play Skyrim. It means you don't just rely on one set of armor. You actually have to update even after you got like the quote-unquote best set. You know, until you have you're able to refine your stuff constantly and keep it from breaking. But because I'm playing an Archmage, the only way I can keep my armor from breaking is if I cast a mage armor spell. And I didn't have one right there because the skeever took me by surprise. Oh well.
Please understand. I locked the lake house door to stop you from making the same mistake I made.
Incidentally, whatever ending you get, except for like the really secret bad ones, you basically always get a better ending to Artrius over here, or whatever his name is.
My words and come searching for the key.
He's right over there. And you can see all the spells that I have, and some of these are definitely not in the original game. I used Stendar's Aura, which is a Dawnguard spell, I believe, not a mod spell. it causes damage over time to the undead. And ghosts are undead.
I hit that kid.
But first I paralyze him. So you can see that the damage that I caused to him was basically non-existent so far. And then I hit him. I hit him with one bolt spell, and that just completely annihilated all of his HP. Pretty crazy. You can play this mod like early level. I think level 10 is good enough. But I recommend playing it like at a much higher level. Oh, and this is a... You are not supposed to know about this stuff. This is a secret for the ending. Like if you get the bad ending, this allows you to get back through all the way up here. So yeah, that you're not supposed to know about that, but I decided to show it just to show what the dialogue is for leaving the Forgotten City early.
You found a way out. That's great. I don't suppose you found my brother Altreus in there. But he must be down there somewhere. Now that you found a way out, do you think you could go back down and take another look? Thank you. I thought for a minute there you were just going to turn your back on us.
Yeah, so it's impressive that there's actually dialogue for just in case you make it back out through the place. So that's cool. But yeah, you're not supposed to figure out that there's a passage there unless you get the bad ending. One of the bad endings. There's multiple endings in this mod. It's pretty interesting. Search the chest. But first, before that, I actually am gonna cast, I believe, well, I was searching for a spell to cast, but I guess I did not have it. Yeah, as soon as you open the chest, the floor disappears and you fall down. And you are left with cripplingly low health. So that animation of the camera moving up to show me getting up, that does not account for you having a body in first person. So that's why it kind of looked weird, because it showed like it's supposed to make it look like you're getting up in first person, but if you see your body, you can see that you're already standing up. So it's not that big of a deal. I do not have regenerative health on, even like in my current setup for Skyrim. I still do not have regenerative health. I just don't like it. I find it much more interesting when you have to deal with whatever damage that accrues onto your character. That being said, because I have the healing spell, it kind of doesn't really matter what damage I get on my character. I also have hunger mods, realistic needs. I think it was using at the time. Nowadays I use just Skyrim survival, which is not as complex, but I wanted something simpler, but still wanted to keep a whole needs mod. So who's this, I wonder? And why am I beating up the skull like this? Possibly because I think that person is awful, but we'll see.
7 years ago, I discovered this wondrous city uninhabited. Others soon followed, heeding my invitation, and our community grew and prospered under my rule. But as I write this, I am alone once again, for my subjects have been the victims of an unspeakable atrocity. This is why, at the expense of my own life, I must open a portal that will take you into the past, before all this began. Beloved reader, you must go back, investigate what set this atrocity in motion, and prevent it by any means necessary.
Yeah, the time does not align with what I was thinking of. Wasn't there a whole dialogue he saw that guy before back in in 190, and that letter was written in 194. So it was only 4 years since he got there, isn't it? Well, whatever the case, somehow that Metellus guy had the power to create a portal that sends us to the past. Which is, honestly, I don't think it's ever explained how he has that power. But, you know, it facilitates the plot, which is really cool. And now we have to find our way back to our original timeline. So yeah, that secret passage back to the Cassia or whatever, that does not matter anymore because we're in the past.
You there? Where did you come from?
Strange. It looks like you just came out of the Jarl's private lake house.
Yeah,
well,
you can be
just make sure you don't get
brutally
lost
honest to the
in
people
anyone
here,
else's home.
but
Live by our laws here.
it won't change much.
We'll all
They'll
get
usually
along
just take
just fine.
the weird stuff you have to say in stride.
Don't hurt anyone. Don't steal anything. Same as anywhere else. Only the punishment here is much, much worse.
That is not.
The Jarl can tell you more until
Yeah.
we get settled in. Might even have some quarters for you. I can take you to him if you like. Suit yourself.
Yeah, he can
I'll
guide
find
you
him
if
at
you
the
want,
top of
but
the citadel. He's got the whole
I already know the
fort
way.
himself, and his daughter. And if you have any questions about this place, I talked to Broll the scholar. He seems to know a lot about a lot of things. We'll see you around.
Yeah, so that guy just said if you don't attack anyone and don't steal for anything. That is not like a story thing. That is an actual mechanic. If you steal even like something that is
Welcome,
1
love.
gold, it's automatically you have to
My
something
story.
terrible happens.
Oh, not much to tell, love.
So like right as
just
soon
worked
as
the
you get
land,
out of that
make
lake
sure we've got
house,
enough
you can
food for
immediately
everyone.
make
afford
something
to run
horrible
out here,
happen
you
if
know?
you want,
It's hard
if you're
work.
not paying
Probably
attention.
harder than being Jarl, but I don't mind it. Keeps me active as I'm getting on a bit. And I sleep soundly every night. No, love. I don't think he works hard at all. And I'd say the same to his face if I ever saw him. But he's always hiding up there in the citadel, doing... You know what? I'm not even sure what he does. I know he doesn't keep order. We've got the dwarves' law for that. But live and let live, I say. As long as I have a roof over my head and food on my table, and good neighbors like Gulvar, I can't complain. Oh, come on, love. It's not that bad, is it? You've only just arrived. Why not give the place a chance before you go looking for a way out? That's more like it. I'll be seeing you around, love.
There's no dating mechanics in this mod, in case you're wondering. So that woman just keeps calling you love, but it's just her verbal tick. Because I am playing a woman right now, so it's not like the mod just didn't assume that you might be playing as a female character and just assume that you were playing as a male character. This mod doesn't do that. There are quite a few other adventure mods that kind of just assume what your character is, and I do not like that. The first choice you make in these types of games, Skyrim for example, is what your character is. And there's too many mods out there, or even just official content, that just assumes that you're a regular white guy.
If you've never gone there, don't. Just don't. About a year ago, I met a guy there. Said he was there for business. Nobody has any business being in the Warrens. But he had coin, and when he saw me, I saw a way out. Long story short, I followed him here. The more I think about it, though, I would have been better off in the Warrens with the beggars and skeevers. Guess you haven't met him, huh? Take my advice. Stay as far away from him as you can. If only... Look, whoever dreamt up the Dwarves' Law didn't think it through. Maybe it was meant to protect people, but what it really does is make everybody too afraid to stand up for themselves or challenge people in power. And Domitus knows that. He's next in line as Jarl of this place, so he gets his way by threatening to punish anyone who doesn't do what he wants. He's never physically hit anyone here, but the point is, he doesn't have to. I've seen him make grown men cry. Nords, they don't cry easily. I cry most days. I think about leaving him, but where would I go? He says he'd make sure I wound up living in poverty again, like poor old Dooley. No, interfering will only make things worse. The only way you can help me is to find a way out of this city, or do something about the dwarves' law. I don't know if there's a way out or not, but there are places beneath this city nobody has ever explored. If I were you, I'd start with the tunnels. Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for. Funny, I was gonna ask you the same question. Alright, but we never had this chat, okay?
Yeah, she told you to look into the tunnels. That is good advice. It puts you on the path to the best ending, or one of the better endings, I guess. To be honest, there's really only like one real good ending, but still. She puts you on the right path without knowing. Good writing, in that sense. But the way I play, I already know where everything is. This is kind of a showcase of everything there is to the Forgotten City. I don't show absolutely everything, but I do try to show as much as I can. I show all the endings, at least as all the ones that I'm aware of. I think the only ones I don't show is like the ending where you just kill Kasia and be on your way. That's kind of too cheap.
Oh, I remember the first time I met the Jarl. I was so nervous. Oh my, it's very nice of you to take an interest in my life, dear. But you don't need to humor.
Yeah, this character, she's probably
really?
one of the least important ones in the narrative.
To say that. Well, let's see. These days I mostly just sweep the streets here, keep them clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness, or so they say. It's not very inspiring, as you can imagine, but the alternative is to wind up like poor Dooley. Oh, you haven't met him yet? Don't worry, I'm sure he'll introduce himself to you sooner or later. He's homeless. He lives in a cave by the lake. I feel sorry for him. I think most of us do. But ever since his brother died, he's been obsessing over some long-lost treasure. The Jarl decided because he can't work, he doesn't deserve to live in a house like the rest of us. So he lives in a tent in a cave of sorts. But don't let him drag you into it. I'm quite sure it's imaginary. A great loss can do terrible things to a person's mind.
With the game, we know there's stuff that's actually... we know that's like the start of a new side quest to find a long-lost treasure.
I'm not very interesting. Well, the most important thing in my life is prayer. So let me ask you, have you found room in your heart for Mara, the Mother Goddess? Oh, I see how it is. Well, there may not be room in your heart for Mara, but there's always room in Mara's heart for you. I'll pray for you. I'm afraid not, dear. I resigned myself long ago to being here forever. It's not so bad once you get used to the idea. Oh, well, goodbye.
I chose the mean answer about her god. It kind of was inadvertent. I usually just try to be nice when I play these games, but I was kind of curious. We can't go through that gate. There's a very good reason for that, but we will only find out much later.
The Jarl's waiting for you on his balcony, on your left. What? Did you say something to me? No use talking to me, young'un. Can't hear a word you're saying. Both me ears went years ago. Still got my one good eye, though. All I need. Used to be a vigilant Ostender, till I slipped up. You take it from me. You ever find yourself toe-to-toe with a flame atronach, you make sure you put some distance between you before you kill it. Otherwise, whoosh. Eyes, ears, and hair gone, all at the same time.
But not his mouth.
Didn't catch a word. And I'll be honest, being deaf ain't half so bad as you'd think. No one bothering you, asking questions. Still can't hear ya.
Yeah, this guy's a bit of a gimmick. You won't be talking to him a lot during the narrative. But this guy,
There's
you
a
will.
face I don't recognize. Welcome to my city. I'm Jarl Metellus. Tell me, what is your name?
We call
It's
ya.
always exciting to meet a new member of our small community. Now, before I forget, since you're here for good, you'll need some quarters. Here's a key to the last vacant chambers down in the city, between Brawl and Luki. It's all yours. Now tell me, what brings you to my city? I sent you here. I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, you have to be honest with this guy.
Well, let's see. This is my handwriting. The victims of an unspeakable atrocity. I will open a portal that will take you into the past. You must go back. This is real, isn't it? I've even toyed with the idea of creating a portal between 2 points in time, with Brawl's help. But that's odd. My letter makes no mention of what caused the disaster. I suppose I was in a hurry. So tell me, what's going to happen to us? That's exactly what I saw when I first discovered this place, several years ago. It seems whatever happened then is going to happen again. I think it has something to do with the dwarves' law. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Yes, you see, the dwarves who built this place left inscriptions. Brawl hasn't been able to fully translate them, but we understand some parts. This warning keeps coming up. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. We think that breaking the law here will cause some kind of event. The truth is, I've used the dwarves' law to frighten my people into obedience. And it's worked, so far. But someone's about to break that law. Let me think. Your arrival here is exactly what I need. You've helped me a great deal by bringing this note to my attention. I wonder if you could do me another favor. I need you to investigate the city, talk to my people, help them, if it'll win their trust. You can even go through their possessions, if you have to. You must work out who is going to break the dwarves' law. Once you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. As Jarl, I authorize you to go anywhere you need to go, including private homes. But if someone asks you to leave, you should do so immediately. I can't promise either of those things, but I will certainly do everything within my power to help you once you've helped my people. And of course, if you decide to stay, I would make sure you enjoy a comfortable life here. Now what do you say? Will you help me? Thank you. Now, you mustn't tell anybody where you're from or what may be about to happen here. People do foolish things when they panic. If it helps you, you're welcome to borrow the book on my desk. It contains the names and addresses of my subjects. Just don't show it to anyone. Goodbye for now, and good luck. I don't need to tell you what will happen if you fail.
Oh yeah, he mentioned you can go through the possessions of other people. You can only do that as long as it's not considered stealing by the game. Like when you hover your cursor over something, it'll say whether you can take it or steal it. You can never steal, no matter how tempting it may be. At least you can't steal without breaking the law and therefore causing the horrible event. The other thing I think he mentioned is that he asked us for our help. If you say no, I don't think so, he actually gets pissed off, but you can still proceed with the story. I think I showed that later in the mod. You'll understand why. So yeah, this is the information of all the people here, all their statuses, that is. And I take my time letting people read stuff. If you look carefully, you can see that some characters have interesting notes to them, like note for Vitas, Imperial Military Engineer, keep busy. The note for Norman, I'm not sure. Notes Nord, but obedient. Then we got some Rastasia notes. Forsworn, choose words carefully around her. No potential. I want she or she. Former scuba addict, keep away from Dromora. No potential. What does potential mean? I wonder. Then you got Sato, who's completely deaf and therefore perfect. Vernon is likable. Luki has no potential. And then we got Macy here, who is missing. She's the wife of the Ulrid up above her. And she has potential. The only one with potential, I think. I don't know, there's a couple of other characters who have potential. But that wife who's missing, she's the only one who is noted to have potential. Oh, and our entry is already in here for some reason. But we don't have potential. Even though by all accounts, technically speaking, we should have potential too. Because all the characters who are noted to have either potential or no potential are women. But it's not noted yet in that journal. Keep that in mind. That all the women are noted to either have potential or no potential. It's not something you realize initially, but it's something you'll realize after you played the mod for a while. You know, assuming you talk to everyone. I'm pretty sure like this mod was made for people who like people who just play to attack stuff and kill stuff. It makes them slow down a lot.
In the Citadel who isn't an Imperial for a change. Well, as you know, the Jarl is my father. Or, at least, that's what he tells people. What he doesn't tell anyone is that I'm adopted. And the worst part is, I don't even know why he adopted me in the first place. I mean, he doesn't seem to care about me at all. Sometimes I feel more like his prisoner than his daughter. If we weren't trapped in here, I'd run away in a heartbeat. Oh, he really is. He's always telling everyone what to do. I don't know how everyone puts up with him. Did you know he calls this place his Citadel? And he and his friends don't do any work. Everything gets done by the people down in the city. He'll probably try to make you work for him too. But don't just do whatever he says. People around here should really learn to stand up to him. You know my father would be upset to hear you ask that. I love it. Me, not even allowed out of the Citadel. I'm so bored. Father doesn't want me mixing with the common folk. He's all, why don't you read one of the books Gaia brought you? Books? I'm almost 18. I want to have fun, like normal girls my age. Or do anything to take my mind off where I am. I thought about getting one of those awful Nord tattoos. Father would hate that. But then that bitch Asanchi told me about her skooma habit. I don't want to drink it, oh, but if I get some, I just know I could get that junkie to spill her guts about everyone in this place. Great! I wouldn't even know where to start looking. But there's got to be a stash or a recipe somewhere in the city. Come back as quick as you can.
Yeah, so that's one of the side quests you can start, and that does give you more information. Watch it when you're reading other journals of other people, by the way. Like, you can look at it, but if you press the E button again while you're reading, you will steal it, and that causes the catastrophe that causes everyone to die. Well, it starts it. You can die too while that catastrophe is happening, by the way, but you cannot. Like, you can die, but if you die, it's game over. You're supposed to like survive to get another chance. Is what you're supposed to do. Anyway, I showed that the secret is not here in the past. It's only in the future, or present, I should say. And I have spells that could probably allow me to go through that gate, but story-wise, we're definitely not supposed to go through there. Yeah, it's definitely when I'm walking down or up this place that the stutter of the recording is very visible. It's very annoying. I really hate it. I kind of wish I could go back and fix it, but this was a 4-hour session that of me recording the game, so I kind of can't go back through that. Yeah, all this stuff that I'm looking at, if I steal even a single one, it's apocalypse time. You have to be careful with your E key while you're going around here. Or your activate key, I should say. There's the skooma addict.
I'm a little busy, but...
She's got one rough voice.
Why? You think if you butter me up, I'll start making food for you, too? Forget it. My kitchen's for Citadel residents only. Go make your own food. Well, fine. My story? I'm the Citadel cook. In this life. Not exactly how I thought my life would end up. But it's better than it was on the surface. That. Seems like a long time ago. I had a very easy life for myself in Markarth. Married to a silver merchant. Maybe it was a little too easy. I was bored. A lot. Started looking for something to do. A friend introduced me to skooma. It was fun. For a while. But you know how it goes. I was a living cliche. Lost my husband, my home, my easy life. Then I found myself doing things I'm not proud of. That's when I realized if I couldn't keep myself away from the skooma, I'd have to keep it away from me. So when I found the entrance to this place, I knew what I had to do. Haven't touched the stuff since. Still get the cravings. Sometimes I'd kill for one last bottle. But no point in thinking about it down here. Right. I got myself trapped in here for a good reason. No way I'm going back up there. So, no, I don't know a way out, and I wouldn't want to know. Alright, see you later.
So, it's possible to bring skooma down with you when you first enter this place, so that's one way you can bring her skooma, but there's also skooma somewhere in the city, so, you know, it's possible to actually complete the side quest. But yeah, skooma is basically like a drug, and her voice is very well done. It's just not very nice to listen to. It's supposed to sound like she's a chain smoker, I think. So kudos to the voice actress for pulling that off, but not everyone's favorite character, that's for sure. She is likable though, overall, honestly. Like, there's some characters here in this mod that they're not meant to be likable. They're meant to be kind of jerks. And some people are just boring. You know, I gotta say, the design of the Citadel, admittedly, it reeks of amateur level design. Like, this is something that's pretty common whenever you start making levels on your own. You kind of start by making it too big. And that's kind of unfortunate. Like, it takes a long time, I feel, for level designers, or just designers for architecture or rooms or stuff like that in general, to understand that you don't have to make things extra large to accommodate everything that you'll need to do in the whole place.
Hello, Petal. What a pretty thing you are. My story? It's about a quiet man who preferred to keep to himself. Short and sharp. Yes, I do. Death. Death is the only way out of here. You do that.
He doesn't have much to say, but we will be talking to him again later. It's kind of obvious. And whenever you're just a character you come up to and they act all mysterious and stuff, there's usually a good chance that it just means you haven't gone the associated side quest that leads you to them yet. That being said, he's not that important in the big run, so... or big run, the long run. I've already talked to her before, but might as well talk to her again.
We can talk.
Wow, that was weird.
Domitus could be back any second.
So basically, Skyrim's animation system is very buggy. In fact, part of the reason why I bought like other games that are like by Western studios that kind of are like Skyrim in terms of open design is simply because I wanted to see how much better their animation systems are, and they usually pretty much always are. Bethesda still hasn't upgraded to a different engine, even to this day.
Help! There's a looter coming into the city. I saw a man come down the shaft, but he was armed and he looked like a looter. If he makes it into the city and starts attacking people, he'll break the dwarves' law, and who knows what will happen. You have to stop him. Everybody, go home and lock your doors.
So this is... I don't know what happens if you don't do anything. But you are supposed to stop these guys, yeah. So the dwarves' law does not apply for everything that happens here. What I use there is lightning runes, so that it makes it so that if the enemies walk over them, they lose a lot of their health. But unfortunately, that enemy was an archer, so he didn't walk over. He kind of was waiting for me to come over to him. Oh, more of them. For reference, Kasha is not up there. Remember, we're in the past. Yeah, so I use lightning spells because after I hit an enemy with a lightning spell when they're at below 25% health, that makes them they get stunned for a while and pretty much die. Alright, my Sioux child, if Quintus thinks he can hide from his own family, he has an even greater disappointment than I thought. He may have eluded his other siblings, but I know you won't let me down as they did. Take some of your platings, find out where that venomous spider is hiding, and when you find him, sweetling, do what you do best. So that's a Dark Brotherhood agent. And they were searching for Quintus. However, what is important lore-wise about what happened here is that these guys are basically the main reason that the Dwarves' Law is broken before your character actually goes into the past. That's basically what it was. So by stopping them, you technically delay the inevitable for these people. Because it's still inevitable that the Dwarves' Law will be broken at some point. Although perhaps not for the reasons so you might think it is.
Is it over? Is it safe? Oh, thank the gods. What a relief. We're so lucky that you arrived in time to stop them. I'll be sure to tell everyone what you've done for us. Thank you so much. If there's ever anything my husband Habik and I can do to help you, just ask. Quintus? No, there's no one by that name here. But if you're looking for an Imperial, I'd check the Citadel. That place is crawling with Imperials. Nice to talk to you. See you soon.
So, kind of a plot hole with the story.
Hello, my friend.
Hi there.
Oh, there's not much to tell.
I want to
My
talk,
husband
but she's
Habib
talking
runs
right
the
now.
clothing store in town. You should stop by. I'm sure you'll leave looking much better. Not that you don't look good now, I mean, it's just, you know, nice clothes are... Oh, who am I kidding? I'm no good at selling anything. I guess that's why they've got me sweeping the floors, day in, day out. Well, that, and we weren't invited to be layabouts in the Jarl's Citadel. Did you see anyone working in the Citadel? I'll bet you didn't. They just amuse themselves all day, while those of us down here do all the work. And why? Because Habik's a Redguard and I'm a Breton. I bet if we were both Imperial, it'd be a different story. The worst part is we left Solitude to get away from bigoted Nords after our son died. But here the Imperials are even worse. If I did, Habik and I probably wouldn't be here. But Ulrin's wife managed to escape a while back. He doesn't like to talk about it, but you might be able to get him to open up, I suppose. Oh, there's
Yeah, I have to
not
go
much
back
to
through
say.
her dialogue because
I guess that's
the
why
only way to
did
talk
you-
to her about
and the worst part is we left
asking her
Solitude.
something
Of
is by going through
course.
it.
Oh. No offense, but I'd rather not talk about it. Too many painful memories. And besides, there are enough sad stories around this place as it is. But if you're interested, you can talk to my husband, Habik, in his shop, Firefly Finery. What would we do? Start a rebellion? No way. Not after the dwarves' warning. You know, the many shall suffer for the sins of the one, and all that. I'd be a fool not to. If you're not convinced, you should go and talk to Brol in his chambers. He knows more about the dwarves than anyone. All right. Nice to talk to you.
So,
See
plot
you
hole.
soon.
The dwarves' law does not apply for anything that happens in the Forgotten Ruins. In that case, can't the villagers, like, drag the people into the Forgotten Ruins, the bad people into the Forgotten Ruins and kill them there? It just would make so much more sense if they did that. But I guess the evil people wouldn't fall for that, so you know.
Show 'em what for. Name's Castellus Vitus, military engineer of the Imperial Legion. Out of action right now, but don't worry, I'm still in the service. What about you? Now that's just the sort of cowardly nonsense I'd expect from a Stormcloak sympathizer. Off with you then. Go on. Go bother somebody else. Well, I suppose you're right. But don't think that friendship will last if we ever get out of here. You understand that, right? Spit it out then. Yes, well, not completely. A little. I think I understand the pipes that run all over the place. See, they mainly carry water. There's a single pipe on the top floor bringing water from outside the citadel inside. Water then trickles down from each floor to the lake. But that's not all. It seems the water flowing through these pipes causes these gears to rotate. And when that happens, they somehow create light. The dwarves were brilliant engineers. I doubt I could hold a candle to them. Not that I would need to, with all the lights in this place. Ah yes, my workshop. Well, of course, as an engineer through and through, I couldn't resist the urge to dismantle some of this dwarven technology. How complicated can it be, I thought. As it turns out, it's extremely complicated. You see these gleaming dwarven busts in every room? Well, I think I know what they are. They all seem to be connected to the pipes running all over the city and down the front of the citadel. And I've seen these things before in other ruins, but these are different. Their eyes are glowing with blue light. Have you noticed? But whenever you see one of these things, remember, someone or something is watching everything you do, waiting for you to break the dwarves.
Unless you're in the Forgotten Ruins.
Suspicious behavior, you say? Ah, so the Jarl has found a task for you, keeping tabs on us, Don't worry, your secret's safe with me, friend. Well, the Citadel's mainly full of good Imperial stock, so you don't have to worry too much about them. But now that you mention it, lately I've been wondering if the Citadel isn't haunted. Every now and then, mostly late at night, I swear I can hear a woman sobbing. I'll be damned if I know where it's coming from, but it's not Gaia next door, so who could it be but a ghost? Gods know a lot have died in here. Jarl's got me working on repairs to the Citadel. This place was built to last, but it still needs an engineer's touch every now and then. Door hinges need to be oiled, cracks need to be patched up, and that bloody water pipe in the bathroom is constantly springing a leak. But it's a good idea to make yourself useful around here. No doubt the Jarl will make good use of your skills too, whatever those might be. Right you are.
So yeah, right there, his dialogue mentioned the bathroom, the pipe in the bathroom always springing a leak. That's the secret passage that I showed before I went to the past. That's like a neat hint that you don't really catch until you get the bad ending. Or is the student enough to find before the going back to the past?
What is it? I'm sorry, what's my story? What in oblivion is your story? How dare you come in here like you own the place and expect me to explain myself to you? I beg your pardon, did you just threaten to hurt me? Is that supposed to make me frightened of you? Let me explain something to you, peasant. Cut a single hair on my beard, cast a single spell, fire a single arrow, and the dwarves' law means you're dead. Dead. Got it? You might have been somebody important in your old life, but down here, you're no one. Here, I own you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ah, you peasants, never thinking things through. You see, down here, I don't need to hurt you to have power over you. Force means nothing here. I get to enjoy the privileges that my station in life affords me. I live in the Citadel, I do what I want, and I eat the food you peasants give me. And if the peasants feel hard done by, what are they going to do about it? Start a rebellion? Plot a little coup against the Jarl? Ridiculous. They'd break the dwarves' law and be dead within minutes, so they'll never do it. They'll just accept their lot in life and do what they're told. And that's why, now that you know your place, you're going to do something for me. I want you to retrieve something for me. It's a helmet. Dwarven. Made thousands of years ago, but still in immaculate condition. One of those vigilants of Stendar had it with him when he went down into the old mine tunnels over by the lake. He never came out. I want you to go down there and bring it back. Now, do you have any questions?
Yeah, you cannot agree to help
because the Jarl
help him.
boarded up the door to the tunnels and told us not to go down there, and I value my good standing with the Jarl. Now there's a good peasant. Go on now, and don't you show your face in the Citadel again without it, you understand?
I don't think you can actually give it to him.
Not here. He can hear us.
You can't give the helmet to him. You need that helmet to get the best ending, by the way. The game has not been very subtle about pushing you towards going towards the tunnels, but I'm specifically avoiding doing that because I want to like enjoy my time here. You know, this is technically a long play of the mod, so I have to just go do things at my own pace. And I'm definitely doing them at my own pace here. I really didn't have much reason to go back into the Citadel, but I mean, it is because there's a side quest I have to do that I want to do right now. It involves the looters that we just dealt with. Also, my character is hungry, but I don't think I made her eat yet. Yeah, sometimes you'll get subtitles about characters talking in the distance, and I have that, but you can't really hear them from where we are, so they're kind of distracting. I kind of wish they were like more invisible if you are farther from the people. Like transparent is what I'm trying to find. The word that I was trying to find. I'm looking for that Maria Sky. And now I'm using the long stride spell, which is definitely a mod spell. It allows me to move faster.
Everybody's talking about how you killed those looters. Well done.
Yeah, he was down on this floor, not the floor above.
I hear you got to kill some looters. I'm just sorry I wasn't there to help. Quintus, my name is Marius. You must have the wrong person. And perhaps you're not as stupid as you look. Well done, you found me. Now, what do you want? My family? Ha! The Dark Brotherhood likes to use terms like family, but they don't know the meaning of the word. They're still holding a grudge because I left them, you see. They don't like it when people leave them. It makes them look ineffectual. Say, do you happen to know whether anyone else knows I'm here? That is excellent news. Hopefully it will be the last we hear of them. Now, what's it going to take for you to keep this quiet, hmm? Oh, you grubby skeever. Fine, here are your coins. Just keep your mouth shut, would you?
Yep, so it's possible to actually get some extra money from people. And it doesn't break the dwarves' law. If you just use the other option, that just kind of like makes it so that you don't get anything out of doing that side quest. But this does allow you to point Marius, or Quintus I should say, as a potential person who will break the dwarves' law. I can't remember if I show what happens when you accuse a person. I think I do, but in case I don't, I'll explain it later on, because it's the same thing every time, basically. It's also kind of silly because of the way the what's his name tells you how to deal with the troublesome person that you've accused. Well, he looks different.
Heard you got to kill those looters. Wish I could have joined you. I haven't been allowed to fight in years. Get out of my face, milk drinker. My problem is that I'm the only one around here whose head isn't buried in the sand. That's my problem. I mean, everyone acts like nothing's wrong, but we're one stupid mistake away from being wiped out, like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming, whatever that is. And when it hits, it's every man for himself. You've been warned. I don't know, but did you ever get the feeling these statues are watching us? Like they're waiting for something? I don't like it. If I did, I wouldn't be standing here listening to you. What about it? Nope. This is the only one like it in the whole city. Oh, well in that case, you still can't have it. Let me be clear. The only way you'll get this armor is if you peel it from my corpse. It's not for sale. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's not kidding when he says that the only way you'll get the armor from him is by killing him. That's actually what you have to
I hear
do.
you're handy in a fight. Glad you're on our side, love.
But that's gonna be for later.
Hey, you're the one who killed all those bandits, aren't you? Gods, what a nightmare that must have been. What do you want with me? I don't see why I should share it with you. So my wife disappears a couple of weeks ago, and now everybody thinks I know a way out of here. I wish you idiots would just leave me alone. Well, she's not here anymore. That's all I know. How should I know where she went? I woke up one morning and she was just gone. Didn't say goodbye, didn't take anything with her. And now you people won't stop harassing me, judging me, asking me questions like you think I had something to do with it. Well, I didn't, and nobody cares that I've lost my wife. They just love a bit of scandal, or to find out how they can get out of here too. You're all animals. I swear, I didn't hurt her. I would never. I love her. And if I'd known she was leaving, I would have gone with her. I honestly don't know anything. I keep going over it in my head. Did someone kill her? Surely that would have broken the dwarves' law. Maybe she went wandering into the underground tunnels, or into the palace, and never found her way out. But why would she leave in the night? Not that it's any of your business, but no, I don't think so. She was loyal, I think. She used to write me love letters. I still have one, somewhere. But even if she'd been seeing someone, she couldn't have kept it a secret in a place this small. Rustacia would have known about it for sure. All right. Please, let me know if you hear anything about Maisie.
Yeah, I think I skipped a step here because of my intimidate check, but normally you need to be given a bit more of a push to get more out of that guy. Anyway, we're going into the underground tunnels finally. But we can't go too far, unless you want to be extra cheap and use a fast regeneration and health spells to get past through the next area. You can't go through without dying, basically. Yeah, we need to take that immaculate dwarven helmet. And so you saw how fast my health drained right down there? That's basically like, if you can heal yourself faster than that damage, then you can get to the final area right away if you want. But I think like you need to be able to heal even when you get inside the room down there, which is pretty crazy. And plot-wise, you're definitely supposed to have all of the armor with you. It's for a pretty clear reason, actually, that you need all the armor. Like, it's part of the plot of the best ending. But obviously getting all of the armor pieces, not so simple. Yeah, it's 7:23 p.m. People actually go to sleep in this place, even though there's technically like there is a quote-unquote sun up there, but it's just a giant light, if anything. But the Jarl did warn that if you enter a room and people tell you to leave, you do have to leave, because otherwise it counts as trespassing, and that breaks the dwarves' law, because you get a bounty of like 5 gold. I think the dwarves' law being broken is actually tied to your bounty. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. This is a character that just randomly died because of the Skyrim engine. She just died because she spawned too high up in the sky. I think she was the priestess of Mara. She wasn't too important at the very least. But it doesn't count as the dwarves' law being broken if you die by yourself, so, you know. It's just kind of unfortunate that the mod does not account for the game just kind of like glitching out and accidentally making someone die from fall damage. Yeah, there's underground tunnels which are hidden behind that rug or whatever, but we don't have the key for it yet, I believe, so can't go through them. Those underground tunnels, though, that I could have gone through that shop are different from the underground tunnels you get access to from the this place that I'm in right here.
My friend?
Miranda told me you cut down those looters before.
Yeah, it's a pity we have to talk with this guy in the dark.
Well done, my friend.
We can't really get a good view of his face.
I'm Habik. I live out back with my wife, Miranda. We used to live in solitude, but we had to leave. Found this place by accident, like most. The Jarl needed someone to mind the store. So I volunteered. Doesn't make any money, of course. Not enough customers. The Jarl says he likes to keep us busy and out of trouble. But of course, he and all his cronies in the Citadel never seem to lift a finger. Our son was working at my stables outside the city. He was alone when he had a visit from some Imperial, a cousin of the High King. This Imperial thought he'd just take one of the horses as a tithe. Guess he didn't think a 12-year-old boy was going to stop him. But Limar wouldn't stand for it. And as the thief rode off, my son managed to shoot an arrow into his shoulder. But I wasn't there at the time. I came back from the market to find my son's body, trampled in the dirt. It was... I can't begin to describe it. I was shattered. I went straight to Torig's court and demanded justice. But I guess that word doesn't mean much to an Imperial. Instead, he seized my stables and told me if I ever set foot in Solitude again, my wife and I would end up the same way as Limar. So we left. Wandered Skyrim for a while, and eventually wound up here. I was hoping this place would be better. I was wrong.
He mentioned...
I wish it was that simple. But with the dwarves,
yeah, he's just repeating himself.
everybody
He mentioned
here is
Torrig
terrified of doing
kind of
anything
like
wrong.
only caring about
In case
Imperials.
it gets
That doesn't make much
killed.
sense.
The dwarves
Torrig was a
wrote,
Nord,
"The many
and
shall
Skyrim was
suffer
very
for
much
the
for the
sins
Nords.
of
But
the one."
to be fair though, the Imperials
we
are
don't know
like,
what they meant
they use
by
Solitude as their headquarters,
Theft.
so
Violence,
I guess there could be some
probably.
racism against
But
Red Guards
maybe
and
they
Bredens
meant
too.
all sorts of things, like dishonesty or disobedience to the Jarl. That's what Metellus would like us to think, anyway. So I could ignore his orders. Sure. I could even lead an uprising against him. Gods know most of us are sick of him, but I'd be risking the lives of everyone here. And I just don't want to be responsible for that. So here I am, running my shop. Could be worse. Don't be a fool. That sort of dangerous talk could get us all killed. If you don't believe me, go and talk to Broll. Dunmer fellow. Can't miss him. All right. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, I want to see his face, so that's why I'm casting the spell right here.
Hello there. No, I don't. But I'd wager that if anyone does know a way out, it's the Jarl. But of course, if he told anyone, he'd be ruling over an empty city. Ah, you saw my notice then. What about it? Thank you. The ring belonged to my son, Limar. He wore it everywhere. He told me it was a gift from a strange wood elf he met in the forest once. It was the only thing I had to remind me of him. But a while ago, I dropped it down the stairs in my shop, and it rolled under a door at the bottom. The trouble is, I've never been able to unlock the door, or work out what's down there. But I'm sure it's possible, because I hear noises down there. So I'll bet that somebody, somewhere in the city, knows a way down there. And who knows what else you'll find once you get in. Yes? Have you found it? Oh. All right. You had me excited there for a moment.
Hello, my
See you
friend.
again soon, I hope.
So we got one of the more major side quests here, which is to find a rain in the underground tunnels. And the underground tunnels, technically, you can attack stuff down there. But not people, just the monsters, or I should say creatures down there. It's very weird, the Dwarves' Law. Defending yourself against creatures is fine, but if you try to attack another person while down there, nope. Anyway, we're probably gonna talk to Brawl.
Hello, neighbor. I understand we have you to thank for dispensing with some would-be looters.
Yeah, we got lots to talk about with this guy.
Thank you. My story? What a strange question. You presuppose that my life is a simple linear sequence of events which can be summed up in a verbal narrative? Well, that's nonsense, of course. First, most of it was so long ago I barely remember. Second, you would have to assume that the account I give you is biased heavily in my favor, and is therefore quite unreliable. And finally, my story is really much less interesting than this mysterious place. Now, do you have any sensible questions, or can I get back to work? Well, why didn't you say so? I researched Dwarven history and technology, and I'm originally from Kragenmoor in Morrowind. Any other questions? Very well. Come back if you think of any questions about something you discover. Hello, neighbor. Would you like to hear about my research?
I was surprised I stopped talking to him. I think it's because I'm checking his basement door.
Hello, neighbor. Now that's an interesting question. I personally don't know any way out, no. However, I have a theory. It's more of a hypothesis, really. My thinking is that if there was a way out of here, the dwarves who built this place must have known about it. True, but we can learn all sorts of things about them from what they left behind. Inscriptions, architecture, relics, statues. And while I've discovered many things here, there are some parts of the city I haven't been able to get to. I'm most interested in the palace, above the lake. Unfortunately, it's sealed up tight. Only one man ever managed to enter, and he never came out. That was Narnabas, and we haven't heard from him in years. Strange fellow. I believe he was looking for the secrets of the dwarves too. If you could find a way in there, I'm sure it would tell us a great deal about this place. Who knows what secrets we could uncover. Well, the dwarves who built this city left inscriptions in the citadel, which translate to, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." My research leads me to believe that if a single member of our community sins, it'll trigger an event, killing us all. I believe such an event occurred some years ago, which is why Metellus found the city littered with burned corpses. But to this day, there are many questions we simply don't have answers for. How is the dwarves' law still being enforced? How does it work? And we may never know. As long as nobody attacks or steals from anybody else. Until we know more, we all need to be on our best behavior. That is the sun under the ground. Or at least that's how it's referred to in the dwarven text we've managed to translate. I must confess, I haven't the faintest idea of how it works. But it seems to be giving us light and allowing us to grow crops, even under the ground. Of course, if it ever stops glowing, for whatever reason, we'll all be in quite a lot of trouble. But don't concern yourself with such dark thoughts. I'm sure we have nothing to worry about. Time travel. You know, as it happens, I do. It was a great obsession of mine for years after my wife passed. I thought if I could go back, I gave up on that idea a long time ago. But recently the Jarl has asked to see my research notes. How strange that you should now take an interest too. Can I ask what the nature of your interest is in this unusual subject? I don't quite know what to say to that. How can I put this charitably? Perhaps you're tired and emotional and need some rest. But I always enjoy discussing my theories with a receptive mind. So I'll humor you. What did you want to ask? For argument's sake, if you found yourself in that position, you'd have only two options. To live out your days in the past, or force a paradox. A paradox, you see, would involve changing the past so as to prevent the events which caused you to travel back in time in the first place. But you'd be taking a big risk by doing that. Who knows what the consequences would be? Some say that whatever you do, it will lead you right back to the future that took you back in time in the first place. An eternal loop, if you will. But me, I believe that creating a paradox should fling you back to your original time, having changed the past for you and everyone else. Well, let's say for argument's sake that you really have traveled here from the future. You could create a paradox in a few different ways. Essentially, you could do anything that would remove your means or motivation to return to the past. For example, you came here to achieve some goal. Achieving that goal would mean you will never have been motivated to come here. A paradox. Or, if the thing that allowed you to travel back in time is still here, as a past version of itself, you could simply destroy it, I suppose. That would mean, of course, that you will never have been able to travel back in time. Another paradox. But doing so could have terrible consequences. But if you really are from the future, as unlikely as that is, telling me or anybody else what happens next could have disastrous consequences too.
I think it's best if we talk about something else.
So that was your clue to how to get the endings.
Ah, yes. Most dwarven armor
Specifically the bad ending, mostly.
Worn, but this piece is still perfect, after thousands of years. It also seems to have some magical properties. It should protect you from the harmful energy down in the tunnels below the city. It all but killed Brandis.
My character is tired right now.
But he didn't have a full set. If you can get down there safely, let me know what you discover. Very well. Come back if you think of any questions about something you discover.
Yep, character is tired. I have my own quarters, so I can always sleep, actually. Yeah, these are my quarters, that's why I can take that stuff. And 10 hours is basically the amount of time you should sleep to, like, get a full rest, which is kind of weird. Technically speaking, it should be 8 hours. Anyway, yeah, you can see my alteration. I'm using mods that allow me to have stats that are well above the actual maximum of the vanilla game. Because I don't know why they allowed us to do that, but I don't like that they allow us to reset our stats to gain more levels. It doesn't make much sense to me. So I much prefer just to be allowed to go above 100.
Oh, a new person. Well, welcome to our city. Or whatever it is the Jarl tells us to say. I'm Lukey. I'm what passes for an alchemist and healer around here. I'll be honest, I don't much care for dealing with people, or healing them, but I wouldn't trust anyone else around here with the responsibility. And I guess somebody's gotta do it, right? Oh, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like my neighbors. I don't like anyone. Stupid, untrustworthy, selfish, ugly creatures we humans are. But you know what? At least down here, people are on their best behavior most of the time, what with the dwarves' law and all. I mean, people are still bastards, but at least they have to be discreet about it. Nobody's openly violent, and nobody's ever stolen anything from me. There isn't one. This place is like a firefly trap. One way in, no way out. Could be worse, though. You could be living in bloody Skyrim. Just a small selection of potions. Ingredients are in short supply here. Happy to buy yours if you have any.
She doesn't have much, but I do need food, technically. Because the realistic needs mods I have,
Fine, just walk away.
I think I have it set so that I die if I don't drink water in like 3 days. Which is very much a real thing in real life.
Did it make you feel like a big hero? Have you asked yourself who's gonna clean up all your mess? See for yourself. Alright, see you soon, neighbor.
As I was saying, if you spend 3 days without drinking water in real life,
What do you want?
That means you didn't hydrate enough.
What about it? Not my problem. Bye.
I'm avoiding asking the I'll kill you question in that guy's case because I don't know if it provokes him to attack you, but I just don't want to take the chance yet, you know? But eventually I will have to kill him. Like, spoiler alert. You actually have to kill him to actually get that armor. It's impossible to get otherwise. I'm looking for a house with a guy that's horribly disfigured. Can't seem to figure out where it is right now, though. Finding your way into the abandoned palace is something you can do right away, by the way. This is basically the one dungeon of the mod. I guess there's another one if you count the underground tunnels, but this is like the main dungeon. And it's pretty clear what you have to do to get to into this place. Like, it's not complex at all. I mean, assuming you're not paying attention, I guess. Or rather, assuming you are paying attention. If you're not paying attention, well, you might not be able to see it. But, you know, you see all these coffins lined up on each other? They kind of indicate something, you know? You can kind of climb on them. But I'm not getting the stuff yet. I'm pretending I can't figure it out. Because there's still lots of people to talk to. There's still some people I haven't talked to yet, too. So that's another problem. Some characters don't have that much to say, but some do. And generally, talking to anyone eventually leads you to a direction where you can get more information from someone else. Rastasia is supposed to be inside this place, but I think I didn't notice her or something. I think she's on my right. Yeah, I think I just missed her. Either that or she was not here right now. Yeah, I'm basically checking all the houses right now, and they're all basically empty. It's kind of crazy. But this is not, we can tell what this is actually like who this is from. It's the guy with the armor. And this is Vernon, who's basically his neighbor. I don't think he's in here though. He's usually in the shop. Like, this is why all the houses are empty right now, because everyone's out and about in the cities. I said cities, didn't I? I mean the city. It's the Forgotten City. One city. That's Habik, so I don't have to talk to him. That's Ulrin again. He mentioned a letter of sorts. Yeah, that's a letter from his wife. It's not that hidden, but yeah, the underground tunnels, that's one way you can go into them. Why Ulren has one, I don't know why he's got a passage to it. It's honestly kind of strange. I cannot remember the logic behind it.
Because he's incredibly nasty when he gets angry, and if he saw us speaking, he'd be furious. If only. But what I really...
Yeah, we've already seen this.
I cry most days. I think about leaving him, but I know, I'm no damsel in distress, but I really need to get out of here. If you find a way out, you'll tell me, won't you? Please? Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
That means she's not gonna help you. More letters. Because this one's very badly written. Who's Gulvar? I don't think we've talked. Yeah, I don't think we've talked. I don't think we've talked to Gulvar yet. He's the homeless person. But he, like, I mean, why was the old love letter inside that house then? I guess it's because Ismar received it. But we can't talk to her about it, weirdly enough.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gulvar was all the way in that tent in the distance, but for whatever reason I decided not to go there.
What do you want? Bye.
You can't mention the letter you got from Recast to him directly. Not without finding Vernon first.
Hello, neighbor. Made any exciting new discoveries?
That's Vernon.
Or
Deglan, never mind.
Good to see you. My story. Well, my name is Degland, and I'm a merchant, yeah? But people say to me, Degland, they say, Degland, why are you a merchant? They find it surprising because I'm such an honest and trustworthy person. And sometimes you hear about your merchants who are, you know, dishonest. Well, I say to those people, I'm not like them. My father used to say to me, Degland, you can't be like the others. You be a good boy. And I was, my friend. I was not only just a good boy, I was the best boy. The best boy now, and the best merchant, with the best prices for you.
Seems like a very honest person, and we can totally trust anything we buy from him.
My friend, you're in luck. I actually do, but let's keep it down, eh? Don't want anyone else to hear, do we? But I'll be honest with you, my friend. I'm looking after you. There's a bit of a catch. See, it's only gonna work for one person, yeah. I've been keeping it to myself, you know, thinking maybe I'll need it myself one day. But I'm a reasonable guy, yeah. I reckon I could be, what's the word, persuaded? Persuaded to give it away for, say, 1,000 gold coins? My friend, I can tell you it involves magic. Very special and very rare magic. But, I shouldn't say any more than that. I need to eat, you know. Well, I like you, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Business here, it's hard, you know. Really hard. I'm doing it tough, yeah? And if I don't have the coin to pay the Jarl, then I lose my shop. I'm out in the cold. I have no money and no food, yeah? What I'm saying is, I need the money, my friend. That's all I need. Oh, good choice, my friend. You won't regret it. Oh, and if you do, no refunds. Not that it'll matter, because you'll be out of here in no time. And here it is. It's called an elixir of acrobatics. I got it from an alchemist in Morrowind years ago, and I've kept it with me just in case. And now it's all yours. Once you drink it, you'll be able to jump like a skeever on skooma. You should be able to leap up to the shaft at the entrance. Now go, my friend. Get out of here and be free.
I can't help but feel that we got screwed over, but you know, temporarily makes you the drinker a master acrobat.
Ah, there she is. Such a pretty thing. The best wares for you, my friend.
He's selling quite a few things, and he had skooma. That's how you get skooma from him. You do have to pay it with your own money, though.
Good luck with the jump, my friend. And remember, no refunds, so make sure you don't waste that elixir.
Hi there. Fine, just walk away.
That's the only thing you can do with her. Walk away.
Hello, my friend.
Hi there.
For reference, I have a mod that makes it so that my character actually greets with her own voice when she's talking to other characters that are actually listed in game as her friend. Also, right there, I quick saved, but there's a bit of a lag that happens when you do that. 3 seconds. Oh god. That's not at all what was supposed to happen. It lasted 3 whole seconds and now it's already done. I do actually wonder what happens if you try to go up through the shaft in the entrance, because we're in the past right now. We shouldn't be able to do that. Like, it probably just blocks you from leaving, but you know.
Ah, still here, I see. Did you drink your elixir yet? I'm not surprised. It was just potato moonshine and a glob of spit for good measure. But don't be too hard on yourself. You're not the first sucker to fall for that old trick, and you won't be the last. Poof. Looks like the dwarfs weren't too concerned about, what's the word, enterprises like mine when they wrote their law. Tough luck, eh? I already told you, no refunds. It's my gold now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Gotta remember the dwarfs' law, eh? Hey, take it easy. You want to upset the dwarfs and get us all killed? Here's your money. Take it and get lost.
Yeah, you can actually get the money back. It's actually kind of cool.
Hey, I don't want any more trouble. Yeah, whatever.
And his attitude shifts depending on how you act with him, I think, because of that. I can't remember if it's actually possible for him to keep your money, but, you know, it's nice that you can actually get it back. It's very annoying when you have to give money away and you cannot get it back for any reason.
Welcome to Firefly Finery. Only the finest clothes in town.
More food. Soup is very good because it both satiates my hunger meter and also my thirst meter. Skyrim Survival, which comes with the Anniversary Edition, just makes it so that it's simple and anything you drink or eat refills your hunger meter.
Hey, I hear you dealt with those looters swiftly. Great work. Me? I'm Vernon, your friendly grocer and all-around nice guy. You want fresh food? You're in the right place. You want... Wait. Did you hear that? Oh. Someone just slid another letter under my door. Could you... do me a favor and grab that before anyone else sees it.
Talk about awkward. So that's definitely from Rikas.
Well, what did it say?
We're gonna pretend we don't know who it's from for now.
Rikas?
Or, no, I guess we don't.
The big, crazy lord who walks around with his weapon drawn? Of all the people it could have been, he's the most terrifying. Oh, alright. Well, we'll see what you can do. I think it would only inflame things if I speak of it myself. You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'll tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the dwarves' law, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyways. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. That's about all I know. You should go and talk to Brohl in his chambers if you want to know more. Foods, potions, all sorts of things. Well, come on back anytime you like.
Well, you might have already figured it out if you looked carefully at the way Vernon talks and dresses, but I think it's implied better when we talk to Rikas. And if not, it's going to be outright said in the ending. No one talks about how girl here is dead. I think I moved her body out of the way at some point. Probably not. But yeah, no one talks about how that person's dead because, again, the mod just kind of assumes no one ever dies. But they're not. The characters are not immune to fall damage. And sometimes the Skyrim's engine it just decides to spawn someone in the sky, and because they spawn in the sky, they fall down and they die from the fall damage. It's very annoying. It's one of those things that definitely dissuades me from replaying Skyrim, because it feels kind of cheap when you see a giant mammoth spawn in the sky in the distance, fall down, and die, and therefore you can loot it very easily.
What do you want? Yeah? So what? What are you gonna do about it? You're crazy, you know that? Alright, point taken. I mean, not point taken as in... You know, I'm not like that. I'll leave him alone. But you stay away from me too, got it? Bye.
In case it wasn't clear, Vernon's gay. So you kind of threatened Rikas into becoming his, well, as it was saying.
You, my friend? What about him? Why? What did you do?
I'm hungry.
My friend, that's hilarious. I wish I could have been there to see his face. Thank you so much for helping me out like that. Hey, I have something I'd like to give to you. It's not much, considering what you've done for me, but I hope you like it. It's a ring I've been carrying around forever. I think it might have some magical properties. Maybe you can get some use out of it. Well, come on back anytime.
That rain really isn't all that important, but I mean, it's neat looped, I guess. But yeah, Vernon's gay, and I think he's the only character who's like not heterosexual in the entire place. Well, except for one other, but that's gonna be obvious in the ending. I actually keep wondering if I actually eventually talk to Rastasia, because she's one of the more different characters of this whole place. But I think I might just ignore her the entire time. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate, considering this is a long play.
Got my eye on ya. Sorry, young'un. No idea what you're saying. Still can't hear ya.
There really is no point to that guy. He's just there to look intimidating, I guess. Or to be another eye, because he can't be a pair of eyes, considering he's only got one good eye, but he's just there to look intimidating. And story-wise, that means he's doesn't have much value.
I thought we were done talking.
Heard you held back an invasion all on your own. That's fine work. My story? Well, I'm from Markarth originally. Started working at Kolskegga Mines as a lad. And after a while, the Silverbloods made me foreman. I was doing pretty well for myself. Until somebody decided to knock me down the shaft into this place. I had a wife and son. Still up there, I suppose, though they probably think I'm long gone. But chin up, right? Meanwhile, I'm stuck down here, supervising workers to earn me keep, waiting for the day that I can get out of here and back to my life in Markarth. I wish. Seems like dwarves designed this place to keep folk in, but the only thing that keeps me sane is thinking there has to be a way out. Well, I'd be lying if I said they're happy, but I'd also be lying if I said I cared. They're decent people and all, but they seem to have an hard time grasping that somebody around here's got to work the farms, or we all starve. Gulver's the worst of the lot. Seems like a decent man at first, but he's got a temper on him. Once he told me he killed a man before he came here. He'll tell you, if you ask him. Of course, down here with the dwarves law, a bad temper could land us all in a lot of trouble. I'd keep an eye on that one, if I were you. Alright, well I'll see you around.
Oh, hello. I wasn't following you. My what? My story? Oh, do you want to hear about me? I'm sorry, my memory's not very good. I only remember some things. I came here with my brother Harriman. He used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. Now nobody looks after me. I'm not very good at remembering things. Sometimes I forget, so I need help. That's why I need some help finding Harriman's treasure. Well, my brother told me before he died that he had left me something very precious in a secret chest. He hid it away just for me. I've asked the others for help, but they don't help me. The Jarl even wrote me this letter, but I'm not very good with words. Here, do you do you think you could read it for me? Tell me what it says.
Yeah, so that's Dooley. I thought Golvar was Dooley. My mistake. Can't remember the name. Dear Dooley, I'm writing to you in relation to your conditional request for assistance finding your brother's hidden chest containing a so-called fortune. While I was sympathetic to your plight in the passing of your brother some years ago, I wish to impress on you an important message. The treasure you seek does not exist. It is my place to speculate whether your brother might have lied to you or whatever. Yeah, you have to pause to read that. Sorry about that.
Say? You did? Oh, thank you. What does it say? What? No, that can't be right. My brother, he told me. He told me he left me a fortune. He would lie to me. Why would he lie to me? You'll help me, won't you? You'll help me find it, please. Thank you. All I know is that it's hiding somewhere in the city. And you need this rusty key. My brother gave it to me to unlock it. I can't. Sorry. I don't remember things so good. But he said it was hidden under the ground and that I have to hold my breath. That's all I remember. Our way out? Oh, no, I can't leave. I need to find Haribo's treasure first. Oh, all right.
Yeah, so that guy follows you after some point. I don't know exactly when, but this is like a spot where you can easily get to talk to him because it's such a small spot. Also, Hjormund is very easy to miss if you if you don't try to look for him. But yeah, Dooley's hint for what you have to do to find the treasure is pretty obvious. You have to go underwater. Underwater where though? That's not made specific. I will say this, if you were playing a mod that makes it so that your character is a lot weaker underwater, like they move slower and they have to, like they can't hold their breath as long as vanilla, like vanilla Skyrim, then you might have a bit of trouble finding the treasure. Still, it's very interesting.
I'm still waiting for that immaculate helmet you promised me.
Yeah, see, you cannot give the helmet to that guy. I don't even think if you're wearing it, he'll say anything. And I just demonstrated right there that I have the helmet in my menu. You still can't give it to him. You're not supposed to though. And why would you anyway? Time to give skooma.
I'm a little busy, but is that what I think it is? Can I have it? Whatever you want. I could give you food or information. You find out all sorts of secrets being a chef in a place like this. Will that do? Well, there's Marius. He's growing plants in his room that can really only be used for making poisons. Not sure what he's up to, but it's nothing good. Have you met Saphira Indomitus downstairs? Saphira despises that rude bastard. I don't blame her. Not that she'd ever say it to his face. There's barely enough food to feed everyone in the city, but the Jarl insists on double rations. I don't see how he could be eating that much. The Jarl told me to stop saying this, but I think this citadel is haunted. I swear I've heard wailings in the halls at night after everyone is asleep. missed this. So good. Oh my God, that's good. A little weak, heavy on the nightshade, light on the moon sugar, but it feels like home. Thank you. This'll be our little secret, right? Ooh, now, I'd better finish up in the kitchen before the hallucinations really kick in.
Yeah, there might have been a risk of her causing, like something that caused the dwarves' law to be broken by giving her skooma, but no, she keeps stable enough. There was also something I failed right there, an optional thing regarding me giving the skooma to Dwaroma, or the Jarl's daughter, basically. It just means I skipped a step, I'm pretty sure.
Any luck finding some skooma? Oh, that. I'm over that now. I've come up with a much more interesting plan. How would you like to help me teach my father a lesson? Well, you know how the only locked room in the city is at the other end of this hall. Nobody's allowed in there except my father. Even I've never seen what's in there. And I'm his daughter. We can't risk stealing the key from him, with the dwarves' law and everything. But there must be another key somewhere in the city, right? 2 identical doors, 2 identical keys. Or maybe you can find another way in. Once you get in, have a look around, and then come back and tell me what you find. And I'll use his little secret to mess with him. Great. Oh, I can't wait to see the look on his face.
Yep, so this is very much a late story shtick you're supposed to do here, getting inside that locked section of the Citadel. There is a way to get behind the locked section without opening the locked door,
Hello
though.
again, my friend. Any word about the matter we discussed? Of course. What do you want me to clarify? I need... You must... As Jarl, I authorize... You're welcome. Now, was... Well, I hope your investigation has been thorough. I don't want you accusing the first person you suspect. So, who is it?
Yeah, I've got... These are all the choices I've got.
But you said... Oh, never mind. Just make sure you get it right. I'll have to trust your judgment. And there's no going back once you point the finger. All right. Well, let me know when you've worked it out. I'll have to trust your judgment. And there's no going back once you point the finger.
He says there's no going back once you point the finger, but there technically is. So yeah, I have a spell that allows me to just walk on air. That's the, like, it's clearly because of a mod, but that's one of the other ways you can use to get to inside that locked place. So yeah, that spell, Wind Running, basically makes it so that as long as I'm running, I stay in the air, like I levitate. It's a neat idea. I like the limits of it. It also allows me to go all the way into the back of the palace. But right now, I'm just going to show what happens if you go behind the locked door? Oh, it's... never mind. It's a master lock. You are free to unlock that door by using the lockpick, but it's like an extra requirement in case you somehow don't have lockpicks. Anyway, actually falling down would require... yeah, actually no, you have immunity to fall damage when you have the Windrunner spell. Also, I just noticed that my character is pregnant. I don't remember that. That's clearly a mod thing. Oh, right. Now I remember. I actually had a mod I made out of frustration that there's so many mods where you can, like, have a waifu and make relationships with her. That I made my own mod for female characters, like female player characters that can marry guys, and specifically guys. I didn't really have any female options because... all those waifu mods, they're like, oh, well, you can marry the waifus as a girl, too. Yeah, like, I give a crap. But, you could marry a bunch of guys, like, just random guys I picked, and have a relationship with them, and everything that entails with them. And just fade to black, not an adult, though. And you never have a kid, it just, you give birth off screen. And if some of you are wondering who the father is, in this case, of, my character, like who got my character pregnant, I think it was Mikael from the Bannered Mare. I believe it's because I made a whole quest line, a romance quest line with Mikael, who you cannot romance in the vanilla game. But I thought like, oh, I'll make a quest line where you can get a relationship with him, like a serious relationship, because he's supposed to be a philanderer. But it was very buggy, and you couldn't marry him. I didn't bother actually making him like a potential character you can marry. Very weird. But enough about that. We're going through the underground tunnels, and right down here is the final place. It's very cool. And also, my character is like thin enough to actually fall through those things, but obviously that won't work because it's Skyrim. Oh, blood. And that looked like a body right there, but it's not. It's just another thing. More blood. What could this mean? That's the honest trader. We can take the stuff. It's not. It doesn't belong to anyone. It's actually kind of cool. More blood. Gotta follow the blood trail. And it just kind of ended right here? Maybe not. I think it's because I was following the blood trail from the, like the other sense. I was supposed to follow it the other way around. That was my own chambers. I'm pretty sure they could make it so that my name appeared like when you looked at that area. Oh, right here. It's right here. Identify the human remains in the tunnel. Oh, silver ingot. That's really good. This is actually one of the things that, like, it's unrelated to this mod, the Forgotten City, but silver ingots are super busted in my mod loadouts because I take one and I just, like, I melt it into rings that I can forge, and I get a whole bunch of experience from my smithing thanks to that. Oh yeah, there's that skeever just appears as soon as you find the human remains. That's why I was looking through that area before. Engraved gold necklace, Lavolrin, And the underground tunnel ski, very important. And also a skeever tail and skull if you want are interested in that. So obviously what we're supposed to take away from that is that unfortunately the wife of Ulrich just kind of died. She was eaten by a giant skeever. Ew, that's kind of disgusting when you think about it.
Welcome to Firefly Finery.
Yeah, I was supposed to get the key. I forgot to get the key. Not the key, the rain. I forgot to get the rain. It's supposed to be right around here. Yeah. And it's a good thing it was inside that nest, because if we actually had to find it on the floor, that'd be kind of tricky. I mean, it wouldn't be that rude, but you know.
Welcome to Yes. Have you found it? That's it. Oh, thank you. I know it's only a ring, but it feels like I've got part of my son back. It's a good feeling. Now, I know I promised you a reward, so here's a little something for your troubles. Thanks again. See you again soon, I hope.
What do you want?
We're actually running out of side quests to do, I gotta say.
Hello, neighbor. Bye for now.
Like, I always feel this mod has a lot of content, but also it doesn't have a lot of content too. But it also feels just right as well. It's very strange to describe. But basically, what we need to do now, mainly, is either talk to Ulrich or whatever his name is, or find the treasure that Dooley talks about. Water breathing, I believe, is it is something that like it is an ability in Vanilla Skyrim, but I don't think it's a spell in Vanilla Skyrim. Now that I think about it. Got the Dragonborn helmet right there. Got a whole bunch of slaughter eggs, slaughterfish eggs too. It's weird too because there's no slaughterfish around here. Like, why would there be slaughterfish eggs? Like, it doesn't fit the lore, you know. I don't know what my character is looking for right now, by the way. Like, I know now what to look for, but I must have forgotten when I was doing this first. Because it had been a while, right, that I played the game and this mod. Like, I'm looking for a hole that leads underground, but that's not what you're supposed to look for. We're just supposed to go inside that house. That's underwater. You could see that I was nodding as soon as I saw it. And then you go in that cave right here, and you need the key to go into that cave, the rusty key that Dooley gives you. Yeah, Dooley's rusty key. So yeah, this is the part where I mentioned where you need to like be able to hold your breath for a long time to get through here. I think in Vanilla Skyrim it'd be fine, but if you're playing with mods that make it harder to keep your breath underwater and make you slower under water, then you might have a bit of trouble. It's not that long, but like some people are very afraid of deep water. They're afraid of drowning, even in game. And considering there's a VR variant of Skyrim, I actually have to wonder how it feels to play while moving underwater. Probably doesn't feel like you're really underwater, but you know. I've heard VR Skyrim is actually quite a different experience. Like, it's actually surprisingly immersive, and it is the full game, so it doesn't feel that bad. But I don't have it. I'm pretty sure my computer would be powerful enough for it, but I don't have it because well, I don't have a VR kit is the problem. I'm still waiting for VR to be cheaper. I can't help but feel it's gonna happen within my lifetime, you know? Like within 10 years. But who knows at this point. We're in a completely different area, and look at this weird creature.
Stop right there. What is this one doing here? Ah, the locked chest. Yes, we have it, but have been unable to open it. Why don't you come in and join us for dinner?
Yeah, dinner.
Very well, but hurry. We are hungry. We are explorers like you. We were exploring.
You know, it's kind of hard to believe that these creatures were waiting for someone to just come up and
just as we found
then they'd eat them.
The earth shook and the mine collapsed.
For reference,
behind us.
there is no subversion. If you agree to come with them, they're basically gonna attack you as soon as they get to where the dinner is. You know, because they really just want to eat you.
Down below, but we could not unlock it, so we dragged it up here. It is locked away in the lonely tower.
They're terrible
My
liars.
siblings and I. Don't worry, we will all share in your company. We are not sure. A lonely tower sitting all by itself in a forgotten pocket of the earth. It is strange, is it not? So curious this one is. We have been here for years, surviving on fish and this wondrous mushroom, and whatever else we can scrounge up. Good, good. This one asks many questions. Now, let us eat. It knows it is smart and savage, this one. Perhaps it is safer for us to eat mushrooms again tonight. But no meat for us means no chest for you. It stays locked up tight in our tower. What is it?
Yeah, so if you intimidate them, you can agree to, well, you not agree, but you can force them to not try to attack you, but
For dinner. What
if
is
you
it?
then talk to them again, you can agree to go for dinner.
Very good. Follow me.
I'm just doing this to show what happens. You can see me preparing to attack them right here. And yes, I am gonna blast them away. There's no dwarf's law here, by the way.
Can you smell that?
Yeah, they just immediately start attacking you.
To us. See how it squirms?
That was bad. I almost had Firestorm ready. I just had to. I just needed a bit more time. Yeah, you wanted to eat me. Anyway, you get the key. I think you can pickpocket it from them if you don't want to fight them at all. Only the one you were talking to has the key, I believe. Anyway, yeah, I was supposed to use Firestorm on those creatures, and I'm pretty sure it would have one-shot them, or at least damaged them a lot. But unfortunately, they stunned me just before I was able to fully cast it. Oh well. Now, I tried to use Firestorm here, but Firestorm is so bad, man. Look what happens. It doesn't hit it because the ramp was in the way. And I think even here it won't hit it. That's how bad the spell is. And this is why I pretty much use lightning bolt for everything.
So hungry.
It would have been cool if this area was connected to like actual Skyrim. Like if this was a way to get out of the Forgotten City, but no, you're stuck here. You can see that there's a mine passage that's blocked off here. That's basically the indication of how those creatures are stuck here. You can steal this stuff. It's pretty sure it's fine. Like if the Dwarves Law is like unlocked, or not unlocked, but if the Dwarves Law is triggered by stealing stuff from here, that doesn't make much sense because they can't see here. Plus, you just attack those creatures and kill them, so you know. Anyway, yeah, that was the treasure. Basically nothing. Nothing except a letter. Dear Dooley, if you're reading this, or having someone you trust read it to you, it means I'm dead. I'm sorry I wasn't able to look after you anymore. I want you to try really hard to remember something important. Jarl Melitus cannot be trusted. After leaving you this note, I'm going to confront him about what he has been doing in the locked room in his citadel. If I do not return, it is probably because he killed me. With this note, you will find a key to the Jarl's locked room. You'll have to find someone with a good heart and a good head to confront Jarl about what's happening in the locked room. So yeah, the locked room in the Citadel is basically the key to where most of the important stuff is. But I do want to point out it is a red herring as well. I will be demonstrating why it's a red herring eventually, but it's kind of a trick the mod puts you through, making you go through that locked door in the Citadel and seeing what Jarl has been doing. But yeah, Jarl Melitus is very much a dick. I think that much has been made obvious. Everyone hates him, and now we've just been told that he killed a guy somehow. I don't know how, and he's probably still doing whatever he's doing in that locked room in the Citadel to this day. I really like the lighting when you're going back towards the tunnel. Like, look at how big those fish seem when the shadows are going back towards you like that. I can understand why Skyrim never like has areas where you go water to water. It's clear it kind of doesn't make much sense. Like, you have to think about it. Opening a door underwater, or even just a small gate or whatever, is not easy. It's so much harder to move when you're underwater. You're basically going through not solid stuff, but still stuff with mass. So when you do it in game, it's just kind of weird. Anyway, I guess we can talk to Dooley about what we found, but he's not gonna be impressed. In fact, Dooley's fate inside the mod, at least if you don't get the best ending, is kind of very sad. Even if you do exactly what he's been suspecting, he still has nothing to look forward to. Also, he's not sleeping yet.
Oh, hello. Yes. What about it? You did? What was in it? A key. Harrison left me a key. I'm confused. It was supposed to be something valuable, but it's just a key. What do we do with the key? Oh, all right. Maybe there's a treasure in there. A big pile of gold coins and gemstones. Maybe you could even share some of it with me.
It's not gold coins and gemstones that's in there. I'm just gonna say that right now. But yeah, Dooley really only wants money so that he can have a better fate than what he has right now. But I mean, I'm sure from the rich's perspective, he's just being lazy. But like he clearly has some mental trouble dealing with things, coping with his brother's death. So you can't feel too hard on him, or be too hard on him. Now we're gonna talk to Olrin. Assuming he lets us. He's still not there. Weird. He might be in the bar. I still haven't talked to Restasia. Like, I'm pretty sure Restasia is the last character I haven't talked to yet. There she is.
I heard you took care of some looters for us. If only there was something I could do to thank you. Let me know if you think of anything. You want to hear about little old me? Aren't you adorable? But wouldn't you rather hear what I know about everyone else around here? Go on. Ask me. Only one way out of this city, and that's through the bottom of a mug of moonshine if you get me. Solve all your problems. At least for a while. But then again, some folks will overdo it. Ulrin, the Dunmer fellow, can't miss him. Hit the drinks pretty hard after his wife, Maisie, disappeared. Just sits there, night after night. Poor guy. Wish I knew what happened to her. Caught lots of people talking, but nobody seems to know anything. Odd. Take a good look. See anything you like?
She also has skooma. Just one skooma, by the way.
Did you know there are tunnels running all the way under the city? Last one to go down there was Brandis, and it sent him to his deathbed. Nobody here locks their door, except the Jarl. I hear there's a locked room on the top floor of the Citadel, but nobody's seen what's inside. Have you seen Rygus walking around in that shiny armor of his, all paranoid, like those dwarven statues are going to spring to life any minute? Did you notice the big crack in the floor near the city gate? They say some poor fool fell to his death trying to scale the front of the Citadel.
What about the woman
Did you know
right
that
outside?
beautiful palace above the lake is sealed? Brawl says the last person to go in there locked it behind him. I wonder what's in there. There's something creepy about Marius up in the Citadel. Plus, he never comes down to the tavern. And you just can't trust a man who doesn't drink. Nobody here locks their door, except the Jarl. I'm so glad. Oh, so soon? Well, you know where to find me, honey.
Yeah, she's a Forsworn, or at least the next Forsworn. That's why she talks the way she does.
Well, I'm still waiting for that immaculate helmet you promised
Hello
me.
again, my friend. If I did, I'd be up there, fighting the good fight for the Legion, and not stuck in this hole like an old bear during winter.
Working hard.
Yes, my friend. Until next time.
Hello, neighbor. Bye for now.
I really don't have much to add right now. I'm just waiting to like get Ulrin or Ulrich. I keep thinking his name is Ulrich, but I'm pretty sure it's Ulrin. Here we go. Finally found Brandis. This is the actual last guy. Can't believe I never went through this house. He's still alive.
You there. Come over here. What? That doesn't matter now. I don't have much time. I just need you to listen to me. The others all think I'm mad. Stendar, he plants these images in my head. He shows me secrets. Made me come here. Something terrifying. Deep in the earth beneath the city. Powerful. And evil. I went down into the tunnels to destroy it. But the energy, it seeps into your bones. Please. Please, you must find a way to get down there. And finish what
Dead. And whenever you die in Skyrim, you ragdoll, and because of that, your character just kind of like moves around very, very randomly. Anyway, yeah, you have to take the boots from him. He's got the boots. So now we got the helmet and the boots, and we know where the other two pieces are too. In case you don't remember, the armor is with Rikas. He's just basically walking around with it. And the gloves are basically in the abandoned palace, which is where we're basically going next, I believe. Because going into the locked room up in the Citadel, well, actually, I think I might be going there. Okay, I think, yeah, I don't want to talk too quickly. Okay, abandoned palace first, maybe? Or I'm just going to sleep? Okay, well, whichever one I go to first, whether it's the abandoned palace or the locked room in the Citadel, there's not much else to do. It seems we'll be going for the abandoned palace. Apparently not. I play like a schizophrenic, I guess. Either that or there's... No, right, I forgot. I need to talk to Ulrin. Although if I were playing right now, I would actually be fine going into the abandoned palace. Like, personally.
Get out.
So Ulrin doesn't want us to get in because I believe it's too early in the morning. So because of that, we have to wait for him to come out.
Yes, my friend. Until next time.
I'm just waiting for him to come out. He'll eventually come out, I'm pretty sure. Eventually. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone's day schedule starts at 8 a.m. Wait an hour and look. Would you look at that? He just gets out right away.
Can I help you with something? Yes, it is. Where did you find it? A skeever? You mean she's dead? Oh, gods. She's dead, isn't she? I need to see her. One last time. Can you show me where she is? Oh, yes. Of course. Maybe it's best if I don't. I don't know if I have the stomach for it. Oh, gods. All this time. Please, at least tell me how she died. Do you think the skeever killed her, or did it get to her after she was already dead?
Yeah, you can intimidate him.
No way of knowing. Gods, this is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I think I need to be alone now. All right. See you around.
That's a pretty anticlimactic end to that quest line, but spoiler alert, it's actually not the end. There's a little more we can do with him. And I guess we're doing the locked room first. I literally just edited the video so that I go all the way up here. Okay, so things to understand here, I fade out the footage here, mostly for dramatic effect.
Oh gods, not again! Thank the gods! Quick, okay, but please hurry. I'm Maisie. I lived down in the city with my husband Ulrin until a few months ago when that animal Metalis tricked me into coming here. He keeps me here as a... Oh gods, I can't. You have to let me down, please. I've never done anything to deserve this.
She hasn't done anything to deserve this, that's true.
That sounds like the sort of thing Metalis would do. Make it look like I was dead so Ulrin would stop looking for me. That bastard.
It's very weird, but if you free Maisie here, she
is.
just straight up gets revenge on Metalis or whatever, the Jarl. It's very strange. You'd think she'd be too weak and traumatized to do anything, but no, she's fully capable.
I'm going to kill that monster who calls himself Jarl.
Yeah, right there.
I'll scratch out his eyes with my bare hands if I have to. So, you'll let me go then?
Nope.
What? Why not? So you're just gonna leave me here? What? No, that's not... Please don't leave me here. Please. I'll do anything. Please don't leave me.
Yeah, so basically what Metalis did to not get caught doing what he's doing in there, which would break the dwarf's law, I'm pretty sure, is he basically just tore down the statue head that was supposed to look for anything that was happening in there. But yeah, if you free Maisie, she kills Metalis, and that is a bad ending. Not the worst ending, but it is a bad ending.
Again, my friend. Any word about the matter we discussed? Of course. What do you want me to clarify?
The only thing you can clarify is
well, I hope your
what
investigation
he's supposed
has
to do.
been thorough. I don't want you accusing the first person you suspect. So, who is it? Hey, keep your voice down. You want to get us all killed? Look, you might have noticed we're being watched by the dwarven statues everywhere you look. But I managed to break the bust in that room. So in there is no dwarves' law. Understand? What happens in my private room stays there. Because if my little secret gets out, then you and everyone else in this place is going to suffer badly. What you do next is up to you. You can keep your mouth shut, in which case we all live. Or you can let her go, in which case we all die. We'll see if you've got the stomach to go through with it, even if it means getting yourself killed.
He calls your bluff.
I promised you no such thing. I said I'd do everything in my power to help you. But here's the thing. There is no way out of here. You're stuck here for the rest of your life. Now get out of my citadel. I'm bored of you.
So Medalist is basically the villain here. He's just straight up the villain. And if you want to get the worst ending, you just basically kill him. I'll show that at the end of the footage. But now it's time for the Abandoned Palace, which is basically the dungeon. And there's quite a few things to do in there. For reference, if you talk to Ulrin about what Medalist has been doing to Macy in there, he will go ahead and kill Medalist. So basically, no matter what, Medalist dying leads to a bad ending. A slightly less bad ending if it's Macy or Ulrin who kill him, but still a bad ending. The real thing you're supposed to do is actually get all the pieces of the armor and then wear it to go all the way down to the bottom. I'm trying to do a platforming here, but it's not easy. And animation glitch, it happens. There we go. You're supposed to jump across. And that's how you get through that locked door. Well, that ain't going on that pipe. Now, that being said, you will have to do some fighting while you're in there too, so hope you're ready for that. But you don't have to go through the whole Abandoned Palace at all if all you're going for is the best ending. All you needed were those gauntlets. The gloves. The dwarves' gloves, basically. But if you want more lore on what happened before the current people here are here, well, you go through the Abandoned Palace. This place is rather spooky. Like, it's mostly the sound design. If you were to remove the music, and I believe a long time ago when I used to play Skyrim on like before the special edition, I would play without music because it was like more immersive that way. But also because the music would glitch out, and the music can't glitch out if there's no music to begin with, right? But what I'm trying to say is that the atmosphere here is pretty decent, although it is ultimately also a generic Dwemer area too. If you played the actual Forgotten City game that came out after this mod, I think there's a similar thing that happens here. Very weird. A burnt whore. I believe they're undead. They're all they're all considered undead. And I have a special ability that makes it so that the Warrior's Flame, that can usually touch me to restore my health and mana and stamina. But if it touches an enemy, and especially a non-dead enemy, it actually causes damage to them and basically causes them to essentially die because it deals so much damage. Another burnt horror. Yeah, they have skeleton sound effects, so. Well, I think based on the burnt corpses here, I think we know what just happened. The myth of the dwarves' law. As for our custom, I will begin by paying respects to the city's founders, the drummer. But here I must depart from our custom. For their attempts at lawmaking, oppressive, and overreaching, they deserve our contempt. So basically, the whole text here is a bunch of arguments about how the law makes no sense whatsoever. You need not be afraid, for the dwarves' law is a great deception, and I will prove it to you. Blah 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 blah. Wow, there's a lot of text here. I do take my time to let you guys read it, but you can kind of tell what it means. Yeah, so right at the end right here. Friends, I apologize in advance for this, but one day you will see this moment as a turning point in our people's history. Let us see once and for all if the dwarves' law is real, as I strike one of you with my fist. And, well, I think we can see what happened here. This is basically the proof that the dwarves' law is real. It's very good that the book did not get burnt along with all the people. Although, if I may be frank, it actually makes sense that the book did not get burnt, because it's specifically the people who get punished, not the architecture. However, some of these creatures are still alive makes little sense. In case you're wondering why we heard that like a corpse in the distance dying, that's because of the warrior's flame. It randomly touches stuff that even I might not be able to see, and because of that, it kills them before I even get see them, even get a chance to actually attack them. It's very convenient that way. It makes going through areas full of undead very easy to deal with, except maybe for like vampires who. I believe when I was like my mod loadout for when I was doing this recording, vampires were extremely tough. Like they had like tens of thousands of HP, and you had to hit them very, very hard to make sure they actually die, because they also had like fast regeneration. But there ain't no vampires in here. Oh, Narnarbus the Necromancer. This guy must have come here after all the people died. And I think that is the case, actually. Like they mentioned him before, Narnarbus. I'm gonna read his journal, but you know, just beforehand, I'm gonna have this spell equipped. These are the last words of I, Narnarbus the Great, the most powerful necromancer to ever live. By tapping the strange energy in this place, I have achieved what no other necromancer has ever dreamed of. A mass resurrection. 24 corpses, maybe more, brought to life by a single spell. Consider for a moment the raw terrifying power in that. P.S. Look behind you. Spooky. Yeah, so, yeah, dead. I'm very strong against undead, because I can just use turn undead on them to make them afraid of me, and therefore they won't attack me. And then while they're affected by a turn undead spell, they lose their health. It's why the warrior's flame deals so much damage on them. So basically, I ain't afraid of no ghost. That's what it means. We're on the top floor, but if you want to unlock the master gates to see the other floors, go right ahead. There's some stuff up there, but I am going to go see it. Because I forgot. I forgore. Man, it's so weird to see these spell animations. Like last time I played Skyrim, I actually had an animation mod that changed the way spells are cast. To be honest though, the new way the spells were cast in that mod, they were still kind of stiff. Well, that looks familiar. I think we saw that before when I was talking about the final area. Yeah, there's a treasure right here. Very weird. Oh no, it's you can see the thing up there. That's where the chest is. And I already took all the stuff from it. And I'm putting it back for some reason. Well, to be fair, it's because at the time I was recording this, I was already like level 83 or whatever, so my character is already too powerful for everything. Up over here. So yeah, if you saw those doors in the distance and you were wondering, can you ever go there? Yeah, you can. And you can go to the other side and, well, it doesn't add much to it. In fact, in vanilla Skyrim, you wouldn't be able to go down from here because it's too big of a fall. You'd die from the fall damage. Thankfully, I have spells that allow me to do that. To not die from falling. But yeah, just had to show that. Now we have to talk to Brawl to confirm the last thing, and then, well, we have to get the last piece of the armor. Here I show a way you could potentially fall down without dying, which is to hug the rock over there. But you probably incur a bit of damage still. Nah, actually no, you'll be fine. In fact, you might be able to climb up up there and not have to go through the abandoned palace to get to the top floor. But why would you do that? It's not like there's much purpose for it. Like, there is some loot there, but it's easier to just go through the normal entrance right where we came from. Oh, there's a chest right here. Nice. I like it when they reward you for going through places you're not supposed to go to. Even when it doesn't make much sense.
What do you want? What about it? Not going to happen, maggot. Because you know, and I know, that the first blow that gets landed is going to get us all killed. You're not that stupid.
Yeah, there's no way to, like, steal that armor. Except for, like, I think there was a pickpocket ability that allows you to, like, sneak and then steal stuff from characters if you're crouching and not found by them, but I don't know. I don't have it, that's the point.
Hello, neighbor. Made any exciting new discoveries? Brilliant. What did you find in there? How terrible. But not unexpected. Narnabis was a reckless fellow. But did you discover something about the Dwarf's Law? Some relic or text? Let me see it. That is disturbing. This Dorotus fellow set out to disprove the existence of the Dwarves' Law, and instead triggered some kind of mass execution. So the Dwarves' Law is real, and can be triggered simply by striking another person. I take no pleasure in being vindicated in relation to this, but there's something else that troubles me. If the Dwarves' Law is still being enforced, does that not suggest the existence of some kind of judge? And this judge, who watches over us, must be somewhere inside the city. I need you to find whoever, or whatever it is. And when you do, well, I'm not going to say it out loud, but do whatever you need to do. For yourself, and for us all. Very well. Come back if you think of any questions about something you discover.
So yeah, now it's time to finally get the armor. And remember, it's gonna trigger the Dwarves' Law. Can't steal the armor. You have to kill him for it. I have a lot of spells here. I don't think I can summon a dragon.
Fools?
So yeah, basically... Get the armor. Oh wow. You can, I believe you can die from the Dwarven Centurions. So, careful about that.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Yeah, you have to wait for Medalist to get to the door, by the way. Medalist has like some kind of invulnerability. He won't be killed by the Centurions. It's not because he's like secretly under control of them, by the way. It's just how it is to make sure he gets to the lake house safely. If he dies, remember that caused the paradox, and therefore makes it so that you can no longer try again. Because that's what the whole shtick is here. He writes a letter, the letter that you got. And then he casts the spell that kills him and creates a portal to the past.
You must stop this from happening.
He talks like Patrick Stewart. I'm pretty sure that was an intentional design decision. I think I have to pick the key too.
My letter.
And his letter. And his circlet, why not? Yep. Failed, Forget-Me-Not, and now we're starting Forget-Me-Not. Again. Ignore these effects, they're not supposed to be there. Just pretend everything's again the same.
Just came out of the Jarl's private lake house. The what? Oh, I see. You're a little bit crazy. Well, you're in good company here, my friend. Lots of us weren't thinking straight when we arrived. It's the first day of last seed, I believe. I guess you hit your head pretty hard coming down the shaft, huh? It's the 194th year of the Fourth Era, of course. Look, you seem a little... you know. So I'll make this nice and simple for you. Live by our laws, and we'll all get along just
They
fine.
treat you like Dooley for saying
Don't hurt anyone.
everything that
Don't
is true.
steal anything. The Jarl can
Very
tell you
intentional.
more and help you get settled in. Follow me.
I do the tutorial here,
This is our farm,
but
man. We grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you ever want is leek.
we already know
cabbage,
where
and
everything
bacon.
is, you know, so
If you have goods,
not like it's that big of a deal.
merchants at the market up ahead will be happy.
Golvar, this is the guy who
Most
basically
of us
like
have few belongings.
wrote that really
Just
bad
what
letter
we
to
brought in with
Ismar.
us.
Morning, Gulvar.
Morning, Ismar. Above us
They
is the sun
they
under the
still
ground.
seem to be on good
It's
terms,
strange
but
and no substitute for the real
not
sun,
great
of
terms.
course,
Maybe I was supposed to talk to Golvar about the letter.
these days
I don't think I ever got another chance to talk to him.
What bothers me is the Citadel folk. Take Jormund, for example, standing up there on his balcony looking down on us.
I don't see him.
Just look at him. Yeah, Jormund, you're a really big man, aren't you? Milk drinker.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your strapping new friend, Gulvar?
We're on our way to see the Jarl. There'll be time for you to get your claws into our friend here later.
I look forward to it. You should come for a drink at my tavern, the Golden Sentinel, tonight. Just about everyone's there after dark.
Be careful with Rastasia. She... well... it's not my place to say. There's enough gossip in this place as it is. It's a small city after all. Only 24 of us at the moment. 23 if you don't count Brandis, who's halfway to the next life. Luke is barely managing to keep him alive.
Well, if we talk to Brandis again, he's gonna die. I don't know who that Imperial down there is. And I guess we'll never know, huh? Yes, so I skipped to this because we have to talk to this guy again.
My city. I'm Jarl Metellus. Tell me, what is your name? It's always exciting to meet a new member of our small community. Now, before I forget, since you're here for good, you'll need some quarters. Here's a key to the last vacant chambers down in the city, between Brawl and Luki. It's all yours. Now tell me, what brings you to my city? I sent you here. I'm not sure what you mean. Well, let's see. This is my hand.
This is why you have to get the letter, because otherwise you can't show the letter to him.
Real, isn't it?
You know, plot hole.
But that's odd. My letter makes no
However,
mention of what caused the disaster. I suppose I was in a hurry. So the dwarves' law is real, after all. Just as we always suspected.
yeah, now we know that it
You
was
know who
triggered by
broke it?
breaking the
Who
dwarves'
was the
law.
culprit?
Yeah, it was us.
Ah, that is a shame.
To be
Well,
clear, I don't think there's
let's
any way
see.
to like
Do you
point the
think you
finger
could
at
do
someone
me a
else here.
favor?
It's always you who breaks the
I
dwarves'
need
law.
you to investigate. You must work out.
Because
As Jarl,
the other
I
way the
authorize you to
dwarves' law
go.
is broken
I
is
can't promise.
it
And
either
of
leads to an
course.
ending
Now what do you say? Will
or
you
something
help
else.
me?
Anyway, we won't help him now.
No. What do you mean, no? Don't you realize you're in just as much danger as the rest of us? Look, don't think you're getting out of here alive without my help. I expect you'll come around to my way of thinking once you realize that. Now get out of my citadel and come back once you're willing to see sense.
No. Becoming Ethereal is such a neat vanilla Skyrim spell. It allows you to fall from great heights and not die. You know, as long as you don't lose the ethereal effect. Anyway, we got all the pieces of the dwarven armor, which means we can put them on and go through to the bottom. Incidentally, you'll always look like this no matter what your character looks like. By the way, you can also talk to this guy, because now you got an extra copy.
Wait, are you wearing... Strange. You're wearing the same armor as me. I mean, it's exactly the same. What about it? It's not for...
He still doesn't want to sell it, even though it's clear we have the exact same armor.
We can talk, but be quick. Domitus could be back any second.
Anyway, I'll be showing the best ending first, and then I'll be showing the 2 or 3 other endings. I think it's only 2. Like, technically there's 3, but like the only difference is who like triggers the dwarves' law. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much happening right here. But if I wasn't wearing the armor, I'd be taking constant damage. And the area is shaped in a way that it wants you to take a long way around to get to the end. But I'm pretty sure if with precise jumps you can actually get to the center real quick. But yeah, if you want to get to the best ending right away before you do anything, you just need to be either invincible or have a spell that constantly heals your health while you're going through here. It's not impossible. I'm pretty sure some people have done it. It's hard. One, if you don't using cheat mods, and two, it kind of breaks the plot. Because see, the game kind of assumes that you look like this when you're doing the best ending. Like it expects you to look like this. Very strange. The door's right here. It's weirdly angled. I'm not sure you'd be able to enter a door like this. It's also stuck in the ground. That's also kind of weird. Who is this? Dr. Fate?
And here you are. I've been waiting for you, Dovahkiin. Of course, to me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you have trespassed countless times against others of your kind. And I know you have dabbled in petty thievery, stealing the meager possessions of your own kind. I know you have used treacherous poisons to debilitate your enemies. Liar.
Yeah, he says liar anytime you say,
I also know you have come
you didn't do that.
From the future. And why is that? Is your desire for power so great that you would break even the laws of time for it? It makes no difference. You will not take it from me. You would not be so foolish as to break my law. I see the kind of person you are. My law is the only thing keeping you and your kind from descending into chaos. I mean, my law. I made it because your kind would be incapable of order, of peace without it. That makes me the Arbiter. I am also the founder. I discovered this site millennia ago, and the deposit of Ethereum beneath us. I laid the foundations, and I watched my children grow and learn and use the Ethereum to create marvels, technological wonders. But they grew quarrelsome and used their knowledge to create weapons to use against their own kind, and worse, their own father. So I confiscated their weapons and declared my law that each and every one of my children would live in perfect order, or they would not live at all.
That's kind of extreme.
And here I am, millennia later, still waiting for children worthy of this city. And for my patience, it seems my reward is a visit from you, Dovahkiin. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek?
You can just straight up start fighting them if you want, but it's possible to talk him down.
If only you could read my memories as I read yours. Very well. Ask your questions. It is not my place to reveal that secret to you, Dovahkiin. But when they moved on from this world, I was left behind. You see, the energy that has sustained me all this time, it anchored me here. I could not leave this place if I wanted to. 2,000 years in your terms. But time is different down here. I count time in waves, generations, civilizations. You and your kind up above are number 322. You wish to be ageless, like me. In truth, time passes differently in here. It would take an eternity just to explain it to you.
I mean, if time passes differently, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
State your purpose.
Okay, so here you can say medalist's crimes have escaped your sight.
Speak plainly.
This is
crimes is this self-proclaimed
this leads to a bad ending.
I see you believe.
And I guess we're gonna see it.
It seems my misgivings about your kind were justified. He and his subjects must all be purged. Now, while I commend your honesty, I am afraid you too must be punished. For my law must be upheld. Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
So wait, this starts a fight against him. So yeah, he's not very tough because my lightning spells interrupt his attempt to cast spells himself. So he just kind of gets to do nothing. You can take his helmet, and that allows you to get... oh, he's a red card. I never even noticed. That allows you to convince him in a different way. But you can also talk him down if you want. And I think that's what I'm going to do in the other attempt. But yeah, the other way is to basically show him that you have his helmet. That's if you can't do the persuade check, basically. But yeah, it's so weird that Medalist does this horrible thing to Macy, and yet if you try to do like the quote-unquote right thing by having him face justice for it, you get a bad ending. You're supposed to do it the roundabout way. Takes quite a while to get out of here. Like, I'm using a spell that makes me move like twice as fast. And it still takes me like a good minute or so to get out of here. I don't know why it popped up that optional thing right there. We already found a way to protect ourselves from the radiation. Oh, this right here is to block you from going back. It's to prevent you from going through, like, down to confront the Arbiter while bad things are happening, basically. For reference, the Dwarven Centurions are invincible. Like, I showed it the first time the Dwarf's Law was broken. You literally can't damage them. They're invincible.
You must stop this from happening.
Okay, you don't need the key. You just need the letter.
What are you talking about? I've never met you. You're right. I was. How could you have possibly known that? Is that some kind of sorcerer? Well, I don't want any trouble. Let me get out of your way. Let's forget this happened, shall we?
Yeah, so if you want to get the best ending, you really just have to go back down here with the armor and then either show the Arbiter you have his helmet from a previous time where you defeated him, or convince him that he's wrong. And I believe I'm going to convince him that he's wrong.
And here you are. Of course. To me. And what's this? I see there is a helmet in your possession. Does not belong to you. It's... liar.
Yeah, so right there, I skipped the cheap way to convince him to not
no difference.
Like not
I mean, my law. I made.
Like if you show him that you have his helmet, he basically goes, "Oh, never mind, you beat me. I obviously can't convince you."
But so I.
But I skipped that because I want to actually persuade him to not do his law.
If only you could read my memory. You flock here, your kind, like moths to a flame, driven by greed and the lust for power. You are warned about my law, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing death upon yourselves. So you ask if I am the one killing your kind, and I say no, you kill yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it. So I see. Now, state your purpose here. Your words are tainted by your sins, Dovahkiin. Yet, I acknowledge your heroic deeds too, Slayer of the World Eater. Very well.
Yeah, you either need a high speech check or you beaten the game, basically.
Choose your next words carefully, Dovahkiin. What is it that you made worse? future. At least this explains why you traveled back in time. I warn you, tread carefully. Everything I have done here, everything I have done, has been, I thought that if I could create peace here, create order, that I could prove to the world that such a thing is possible, and they might follow. When the first of your kind disobeyed my law, I was disappointed. But I thought, if I was patient, the next wave might fare better. But that wave met the same fate, and the next wave after that. They betrayed me, and I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean.
Yes, you had a choice.
But the more I failed, the more firmly I had to believe.
Sunken cost fallacy.
But I have suspected for a long time that day would never come. And now I see it never will. There is no place for peace and order in this world. I will stop. From this point forward, your kind will be free to live how they choose, in whatever chaos and squalor they create for themselves. I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it, and you may all return to the world of man, should you wish. But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place.
I'll be fine.
What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready?
You cannot say no. Yeah, I auto-saved. Or the game auto-saved right there.
Hey.
He's supposed to be holding the torch, but it didn't pop up.
I know you. You're... No, that can't be right. For a moment there I thought you were... You know, the one the statue was meant to honor.
Cassia! Oh, I completely forgot. I asked her to wait for me at the top of the lift, and... I guess I got so tied up in this place that I lost track of time.
Yeah, Atris is fine now.
I'd better head back up and let her know I'm alright. Hey, do you want to come with me? We can chat along the way. Great. Follow me. Let's run back up, shall we? Don't want to keep my sister waiting any longer. So, you're probably wondering what I've been doing down here. I guess it's been, what, a few days? I'll be honest. I came down here looking for a haul I could unload on the next merchant I met. I just wasn't expecting to find a thriving city, and the history of this place is amazing. Did you know that they had what they called the Dwarves' Law? Apparently there were inscriptions warning that if one person committed a
is there something you want? So, you heard about that, did you? Well, I went back to Markarth for a bit, but there was no there for me. So I wound up back here, still getting used to the new Jarl. But Gulver's an alright sort. Got everybody working now, which is fair. At least they get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, sorry I skipped most of your text, Altruist, but yeah, Hormond And Domitus and the other bad guys, except for one who's just straight up gone, they're all working here, which is not great, but Hjorman, he's kind of fine with it.
All over the city, all at the same time. The sun under the ground, which used to light up the entire cavern, bursts into flame and explodes. And strangest of all, the cavern roof opens up like the petals of a flower, and there's real sunlight for the first time in thousands of years. So of course,
I think Domitus is right here.
Did she just walk down here and single-handedly dismantle whatever was keeping the dwarves locked
And
up?
we're not going to talk to him.
Who was she? Was she still alive? So Bro, the local scholar, goes down into the quarry to take a look. And now the whole place is empty, but all the way at the bottom, sitting alone in the darkness, is a statue of a stranger. Oddest tale I ever heard.
So Domitus, Hjorman, and Vitus. I think these are all like the Imperials who were like cozy and rich up in the Citadel. Now they're all working in the mines. Which is like their justice for being such lazy assholes back when it was you know, before the best ending happened. Yeah, put back my clothes on. And yeah, it's a beautiful sky. He still doesn't have a torch. It's Golvar.
Hey, I remember you. You're back. After all this time. Can't complain, my friend. You know, not long after they executed Metellus, turns out he was behind Macy's disappearance. They made me Jarl. It was a bit of a shock, to be honest. But I guess they wanted someone who wasn't at all like Metellus. Jarl Galvar. Still sounds strange to me. And I guess I have you to thank for it. If you hadn't freed us from the dwarves' laws, Ulrin could never have overthrown Metellus. So, thanks. I imagine you'll be moving on soon, but you'll always be welcome here. We even kept your chambers exactly as you left them.
I never got those chambers in the timeline where I won, or rather, where I solved the problem. But the game kind of has to assume you did some things. For whatever reason, this line's not voiced.
Wonderful, actually. Gaia and I are still researching this place, of course. But now we get to share our research with the outside world. But I must ask, what happened down there, under the city? What did you do? You convinced him, you say? Well, if it is as you say, you must be terrifyingly persuasive. I only wish I could have been there to see it. I can see that you have somewhere else to be. But perhaps one day, when you have the time, you'll let me record your story in my journal for posterity.
There's not much reason to ever come back to the city once you're done. This dust.
Have we met? Better, thank you. You know, all that time I was looking after Brandis, I remember him telling me about the ancient evil under the earth. I really thought he was mad, but I guess he was right after all. Well, I'm glad you were able to finish what he started, whatever you did down there. So, on behalf of Brandis and Leandris, thank you. I like to think their souls are at rest now.
That dust is Luki from a previous timeline, I think. Because I did the Unrelenting Force on
hello.
Luki and
Do you like my
Rikas to get
fancy new
his
clothes?
armor. And I think I reduced Luki to
the
dust.
sky opened up,
And
the
because it's a
Ogaga-
mod thing,
we got a
Forgotten
new
City
guy.
wasn't able to like get rid of it.
That is nice. He gave me a house and these new clothes.
Yeah, Dooley's fate in the best ending is a little better than normal.
Wait.
I have never talked to Gaia.
Yes,
Holy crap.
It is you. You came back. After all this time.
Great. Braun and I are still working together toward a better understanding of the dwarves. But personally, I think the greatest mystery in this place is you. I mean, you showed up 7 years ago out of the lake house and charged down into the tunnels like a knight in shining armor. Then, the city transforms around us, and you're just... gone. So I have to ask, where have you been all this time? You're a time traveler? Incredible! I suppose that explains your sudden appearance as well. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I have to write all this down. Now, where did I leave my research note?
Oh, it's you. I didn't think we'd ever see you again. Oh, so much better. And thank you for whatever you did down there under the city. You know what? I don't even want to know. Everyone's a bit more relaxed, including poor old Rikus. He and I are... well, we're seeing each other. Turns out, he's a beautiful man once you get to know him.
Could have fooled me.
Well, it's great to see you again. I know you'll be off on your next adventure soon. Still, you'll always be welcome here, my friend. Come back soon.
Yeah, so Rikas was in the closet this entire time.
Hey, I know who you are. It's wonderful to see you again. Oh, you wouldn't believe what a difference it's made. Habik and I finally felt safe enough to have another son. His name's Malik and he's 6. He's just discovered his love for running. And fortunately, running isn't something Habik and I have to do anymore. We're safe here. I have no idea what you did to bring an end to the dwarves' law, but whatever it was, thank you so much. We'll never forget you.
Thanks again for helping reopen the East Empire Company.
Just a generic guard.
I've been importing some of that rich Breton cheese.
Hey there. I've been great. I mean, my father was overthrown not long after that, when Ulrin discovered he was keeping Macy chained up in his locked room. Ulrin dragged him down to the city and executed him in front of everyone. Horrible business. But now, I'm free to wander Skyrim as I please. Of course, I don't, because it's just awful out there. Nords everywhere. I prefer it down here.
Do I talk to everyone? I don't think so. Yeah, I just talked to whoever was in the way. So much for this being a complete long play. Oh well. But then again, the playthrough was ruined by the stuttering graphics. Or gameplay, I guess I should say. It's really the recording. The gameplay was actually running quite smoothly, and oh my goodness.
Why are you doing
You thought I was about to get the best ending, right? Because I left that spell there, it killed him. And here I'm trying to revive him. And I just did. He's not gonna follow me anymore though. It's so unfortunate that I left that spell there all along. And because of that it screwed everything up. I tried to bring him with me, it didn't work.
I take it my brother is on his way.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. I redid it and now he's safe. I think I pacified him. Because I have a pacify spell.
Altreus, there you are. Thank the gods you're all right. It kept you so long.
I know. Sorry, Cass. I lost track of time again. It's just that this city is so amazing. You have to come down with me and see it for yourself. I promise. It's perfectly safe.
Well, all right. But first, let me thank our friend. Thank you so much for bringing him back in one piece. I really thought I'd lost him. I can't thank you enough. Now, I promised you a reward. This is something I always carry with me, and it's become very dear to me. I'd like you to have it. Thanks again. My brother and I are in your debt.
And that's it for the best ending. That's the platform moving up like that. That's a different mod thing, not the Forgotten City that does that. Anyway, the reward is an amulet that gives you a better speech check. No, yeah, it gives you better prices and stuff from. Oh, they'll buy. Yeah, the vendors will buy stolen items. It's actually kind of cool. But I'll probably not really worth it once you've done this, and especially if you're like me and you're playing with an in-game character who already like can do anything they want. Yep, Nick Pierce, and he was called a modern storyteller back then, not the storyteller. Anyway, P.S. The Forgotten City has multiple endings. If you're not happy with the one you got, try again. Well, this was the best ending, so if you're not happy with this one, I gotta say, well, the other ones aren't exactly more satisfying. Got the whole cast here. Quite a few people. And I think I show myself being outside, you know, just to show that the quest is fully complete. I could have gotten rid of this loading screen. Weapons used by the Dawn Guard do extra damage when attacking vampires. This is such a lie. The Dawn Guard weapons, like, if they do extra damage to the vampires, it's not enough. Doesn't help that my vampires are super strong though. And yep, that's it for the Forgotten City. The best ending, that is. Yep, bad ending number 1, condition, kill Medalist yourself. So you can do this like right away. You can do this before even like meeting Medalist.
Fools! Shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Yeah, talk to Altreus. Where is Altreus? Probably down there.
Hi there. You gave me a bit of a fright. I thought I was in here alone. Well, that's a relief. Say, I didn't catch your name. Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old journal I found here. It was burnt, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 7 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the lake house. Said hardly a word to anyone. Walked up to the Jarl and murdered him. breaking some kind of ancient law. It said this triggered a horrific event which killed everyone in the city, while the stranger just disappeared in a flash of light. I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry, come again? Let me see that.
Gods. This is my handwriting. I have spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles.
This is horrible. But I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not sure I understand. So, you're saying, because you stopped a time portal from being opened, I never went through it. And that's why I don't remember any of this. I guess you saved my life then. But look at all the death and destruction you've caused. There must have been another way. And now you and I are going to have to live with the knowledge of what happened here for the rest of our lives. I almost wish you'd just let me die.
Really, man?
I've been ready to get out of here from the moment I set foot in this place.
This is basically the developer leaning on the fourth wall and saying...
I have one idea. There might be a way out through the bathroom, through the pipes that bring water into the city. There's a cracked wall. I'm not strong enough. But I think if you hit it really hard with a mace or a warhammer, we might be able to escape through there. It's this way.
Yeah, I already shown where that thing is. And a neutral ending is conditioned free Macy or tell Ulrin where she really is. And we're gonna tell Ulrin. Because Ulrin canonically overthrows Medalist in the best ending anyway.
Can I help you with something? What? You're serious, aren't you?
Yeah, you don't even, like, as soon as you tell him, he just immediately bolts. And the music is pretty much telling you that something dramatic is about to happen. I think even if you like don't follow Ulrin, it's still gonna happen. By the way.
Whatever you were thinking of doing, yes. You have to ask when something.
Like I think if you go into the underground to try to go to the Arbiter, the place will stop you from doing that. Like it's gonna collapse in front of you. I don't know why I was walking like that. Must have been a bit drunk. Takes quite a while for Ulrin to get all the way up there. I gotta say, if we were actually to walk up all these stairs in real life, I'm pretty sure our legs would be very much sore by the time we were at the top. There's a reason elevators exist. Like, you ever went to an 18th floor hotel and decided, you know what, I'm gonna walk up the stairs? Well, imagine how that's gonna feel.
There you are, you sick bastard. I hear you've been keeping my wife
For some reason, he's in the bath.
You're going to pay for that.
Now, Ulrin, you don't want to get us all killed over that strumpet, do you? Think about the dwarves' law.
Uh-oh. He's gonna do it. He's gonna blow. Incidentally, because that was the bathroom, that's why this is the neutral ending. Because they found a way out. Altruist should be around here, but huh. Yeah, he's coming up. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cast a spell on time.
A bit of a fright. I thought I was in here alone. Well, that's a relief. Say, I didn't catch your name. Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old journal I found here. It was burnt, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 7 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the lake house, led some kind of uprising against a tyrannical Jarl, breaking an ancient law, and triggering some kind of catastrophe. It said most of the city folk were evacuated, and the stranger disappeared in a flash of light. I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry, come again? Let me see that.
Gods. This is my handwriting. I have spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles.
This is horrible. But I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not sure I understand. So, you're saying, because you stopped a time portal from being opened, I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this. I guess you saved my life then, and freed most of the people in the process. I suppose I should thank you, even though I don't remember anything. It's just... I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but it seems a shame the city had to be destroyed. Imagine if this place could have been saved.
Ugh.
I've been ready to get out of here from the moment
it's
I
very
set foot
on the
in this
nose.
place. Great.
When the developer
Lead the
is
way.
saying, hey, the ending could have been better. But yeah, I already showed that this thing here, you could have gone that long time ago. Anyway, yeah, that was the whole video. It took me a whole nearly 4 hours to commentate that. I did multiple different recordings, but still, I hope you all enjoyed my commentary on the Forgotten City, the Skyrim mod, and hope you all have a very nice day. Next time it's going to be a 20-hour series. It's going to be 5 different videos, but 20 hours of commentary. And it's another Skyrim mod. Wish me luck.